Overwatch stream.
Yeah, that was weird.
I actually follow him, and occasionally I'll watch his streams.
Really? Do you pop in
Yeah,
and be like, "Hey, I'm Spider Dude"?
yeah. And then I decided to follow a bunch of other ones. I don't know what I was thinking that one night. So now I follow a bunch of spider dudes.
Check.
I think we
Check. And they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming, and they don't stop coming.
Yo, get crunk.
Hola, hola. It is I, your favorite fearless hero.
I think we are set. Sound quality wise. Oh my god, I just need to chillax. Give me some Red Bull.
Yeah, dude, I feel you. I could go for Mr. Bull right now.
I'm sorry that you can't drink caffeine.
I can drink caffeine again.
Oh, you can drink caffeine again?
Just not Red Bull, really. But like, yeah, dude, I can drink coffee and stuff, man. I'm actually gonna have a coffee, some canned coffee, you know.
Oh,
but yeah, dude, it doesn't hurt my stuff anymore.
I'm gonna quickly go grab a tea, so I'll be right back.
Jordan, your screen sharing is of the outline. Wait a sec.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Am I on something else? There we go. Are you able to view the outline and screen share at the same time?
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
It will be thugnificent.
Thugnificent.
Yo, we got Jay Gazes in the channel. What up, Jay?
Okay. Jay Gazes is in the channel?
The stream has ended. Jordan, you're killing me, Small.
I brought it back up. I'm sorry.
There we go.
I'm back.
Whoa, Spider Dude's here? Hell yeah, 200.
Really? I'm here? Really? I also got a bowl of chocolate chips and an Uncrustable.
And you could stream this on your channel too, Micah.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, I mean, it would take a lot of setting up, and we don't have the time to do it. But technically, you could stream this on your channel too. Also,
I'm gonna do it now.
Jordan, we've started streaming Overwatch if you ever want to join us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would join you guys. I can't stream though.
That's
because I smell. So that's my excuse.
Entertainment.
I mean, you smell when you stream. That is true.
I can smell you all the way over here.
I can smell just in general.
You know what? While we're streaming, I'm gonna look up Borderlands. Let's go. No, I'm joking.
Man, I'm sure we'll talk about that too.
I plan on it. It's the first one on the list.
Is it? Okay, good.
This is gonna be a controversial fucking episode.
Okay. we're gonna try to keep it positive, okay, boys?
Listen, no, you can give your viewpoints. In fact, I like the Stone Gauntlet just because of how open forum it is. So if you think there's bad things about Borderlands, I would like to hear it. When we get to it.
Okay. I'm gonna have some choice words, but I'm gonna be positive about it.
I mean, I tore into fucking Mario that one time.
Mario.
Really the video was out. No joking.
Seth Rogen, Donkey Kong.
So I've never fully played Borderlands, so I'm kind of excited to see it. I'm just glad. The only time I've ever actually played it, I played Claptrap, so I'm glad Jack Black is playing Claptrap because it's funny.
Look, we'll start with the pre-sequel, so that way you can play Claptrap.
Okay. That's like my favorite character in all of Borderlands. I don't care. Don't care about it.
Well, we're live, right?
We're in the Twitch green room. I think after the song is finished, I'm gonna put us live. For
Border
live entertainment.
Cool.
entertainment of the aliveness.
Wait.
Oh yeah, we're
what-
joined by Oreo today, by the way, guys.
Oh, let me see the kitty or the dog.
what-
He's just there. Sadly, I
Ah,
can't get any
Oreo.
closer. Oreo. She says my legs don't work.
Listen, as soon as we go live, make sure Oreo's on the camera so we can get extra points for animals.
She's a disabled animal too.
Well, that's like
Like-
10 points on YouTube.
Yeah, she no worky legs.
So the Pandora's box bundle,
Yes.
$149.
So they're charging you 149 bucks?
Yeah, but I could get the legendary edition that has Borderlands the pre-sequel Game of the Year edition and Borderlands 2.
What is that? Borderlands 1, Borderlands 2, Borderlands 3, the pre-sequel, and Tiny Tina's?
No, it's the Tales from the Borderlands instead of Tiny Tina.
Then I bet you I could just buy the rest.
Yeah, $149, dude. Yeah, you could just go to GameStop and get the CDs probably.
Wait. How much is the Legendary Edition?
Legendary edition with Borderlands 2, the Game of the Year edition pre-sequel is $50.
Oh,
If
okay. That's
if
not.
we're going to play it in order, it will take a long time to get to Borderlands 3. So if you want to do the Legendary Edition, we could start with the pre.
Okay.
And then pick up Borderlands 3 when it's on sale.
Okay.
You know? I don't know. Are you guys ready to start?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Crook, or not Crook and Murder, the Stone Gauntlet. I'm so used
We
to
already
that
messed
shit.
it up again.
Welcome to another episode of the Stone Gauntlet. Today's episode is going to be very controversial because we're going to talk about two hot topics circling both the movies and TV and the video game world. So, right from the get-go, disclaimer, I like Suicide Squad, and I'm going to give you reasons why. So, if you don't want your viewpoints challenged, I suggest you skip forward to Micah's section. Or at least to the next thing after Suicide Squad, and that's going to be first up on the list. I will be your host today, Kenny Crook Irish Kirby. I'm joined by my co-host, Rabble.
Hey, what's up? Rabble, Weeb Report?
And, of course, as always, Spider Dude.
Heyo.
Hey, okay. Now that we've made it effectively cringe, let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off.
Okay.
Ooh, I
So,
have 21
first
credits.
video game here.
Right up on the get-go, we're going to start with Suicide Squad. Because I know that there's going to be people that are going to get pissed off about what I have to say. Here's the
Great.
thing.
I'm
Okay,
angry at your editing, like for the slides, how you have that giant white gap on the side.
Yeah, that was
That's-
That
interesting.
angers me.
that's actually
That's the thing that angers me the most. I'm sorry.
that's a recent bug in the Suicide patch that they just released. There's always now a giant white bar on the side of the screen.
Are you serious?
No.
No,
I was about
that's
to be like,
slides. I was
okay,
looking at it.
that's kind of
look-
shit.
It just scrolls with what you're doing. Take down Lex Luthor. All right. So I'm gonna give you this review in modern lingo, so that way the kids can get it. Guys,
Oh no.
Suicide Squad ain't chuggy. It's lit. All right.
And this is where I left the chat.
Harley Quinn is that thought, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I be thirsty for her drip, skeet skeet. For the rest of you that don't understand what that means, I like Suicide Squad. And here are the positives. Well, you know what? I'll start with the negatives. The negatives of Suicide Squad are enemy variety, mission variety, and endgame. Now, I am willing. Oh, and the launch issues, which they're currently having. I'm about to dissect each of those and give you my fair point on them. Oh, and I guess the story that people say, but I got some choice words about that. One, the fucking enemy variety. Yes, that is an actual valid criticism. Rocksteady needs to step its game up and not just do purple enemies. I might actually go off cam myself. I don't want people out my shit. Okay. the enemy Rocksteady needs to step its game up and do actual enemies that aren't just purple dudes. The mission variety, about midway through the game, you've seen all the missions and they start to repeat for the rest of this. I believe those two things can be fixed in future patches. DLC, seasons, they can add new enemies, they can add different types of enemies, they can add different missions. This shouldn't put fucking Suicide Squad on the cross. The other thing, the launch issues. Yes, it has launch issues. Yes, people couldn't get in. Yes, people that paid $100 couldn't get in the first day in New Zealand. However, I felt, because I spent a lot of time on the fucking Reddit boards, that it was vastly fucking overstated. Like, everybody and their mothers jumped on the Suicide Squad hate bandwagon because there was a smear campaign since it first got revealed to basically hate the game. And I saw it. I saw this constantly. It's like people would be like, "This game sucks. This game sucks. I didn't even play it." And then like a couple days later, a new post would show up, be like, "Hey, this game's not that bad. I just bought it." You know, the game isn't bad, and when it works, it works. Every games as a service has launch issues. It's
Yeah.
It's frustrating when people put this fucking game on the cross because of launch issues, and then deify Helldivers because of launch issues. They both have the same issues. You should stick to your guns. If you dislike one, dislike both. I, however, understand that running a network and like fucking trying to fix servers is a lot easier than just saying, "Hey, let me go turn the fucking faucet on." Or is a lot harder than just like flipping a switch. You know, give these guys time. Stop riding their dick. Okay, see, I'm ranting. Okay.
Yeah, but it's also like we were talking about a while back. They're putting their effort in the game. Like you told me, they're ignoring their item shop just because they're trying to fix the game.
Yeah,
Like they're putting effort into it.
they've released one color switch since the game dropped, and it was like $15. And everybody lost their mind being like, how can this be $3 more than the other color switch? And it's like, just give them a fucking break for 10 seconds. You know, like, oh my god, I was on Reddit, and I'm trying to keep this positive, but one guy was like, you don't understand how scammy the fucking Rocksteady is. You know, their launch issues, and they just increased the prices of one of their cosmetic shops. That's by $3. This is the worst fucking company in the whole history of anything. And I'm like, really? Really? It's worse than Activision Blizzard?
Yeah. I mean,
Here's what I have to say to that person. Oh, sorry, you can go.
Okay, question. Is there PvP? Is there PvP in this game?
There really isn't. It's like,
so it's mostly PvE.
Yeah.
So people are just nuts like this because they don't understand how much servers really cost. And they want their games to work a certain way. And they're like, well, I paid this money for this, but they don't really get it. And it's unfortunate. Like if we want a certain gaming capacity or a gaming experience, like we're gonna have to deal with it. It's like, I'll be honest. Yeah, the Helldivers 2, they had fucking server issues until like 3 days ago. And what's funny is, I don't know, you might be able to say this is the same thing for Justice League. Well, what is Suicide Squad? Is it actually turned out, so they finally implemented AFK timers, so that if you're in your ship in Helldivers and just like idle, like if you don't start a mission within 15 minutes, it will kick you out of the game. And when they did that, people instantly were starting to able to play the game again. You literally had we're talking 400,000 players are playing this game at one time. There were probably hundreds of thousands of people just literally idling in their fucking ships, preventing other players from getting into the game. So like when I wanted to play over this last week or so, where I only had like a 30 minutes, an hour here and there, could not get in and play the game, and it was because of fucking humans. We just ruin everything for ourselves. It's great, it's because we're greedy.
We
Like, well,
really,
oh, yeah,
we really do. Like, okay, well, let me give you guys an example. A lot of the criticisms out there is like, I'm not paying full price for this. I'm paying $70 for this game. Blah blah blah. It's not that great. And then it's like, oh, but I'll buy fucking Helldivers for 20, and that's okay if they have microtransactions, but God forbid Suicide Squad has them. What you're trying to tell the developers isn't, hey, well, okay, let me rephrase that. When a developer sees that, they're not going to go, hey, we shouldn't, charge full price for these games. What they're seeing is, okay, so if we make this free and jack up the prices, people are going to start fucking playing these games.
Also, the other problem is Justice League, not just Suicide Squad, that game also pays royalties. So, where Helldivers doesn't pay any royalties. Like, their IP is their own, whereas all this shit that they're using, I'm sure they're paying a bunch of other companies money for these assets and stuff, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. So when do you like launch into missions,
Well,
and are they procedurally generated or?
let's talk about the positives.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. You launch into these kind of incursions, and you go in. And you got like one or two missions to take out, and then you got to take out a boss. You know, one of the biggest problems that people had was like the you fight the Justice League and kill them, and like everyone's like, you killed Batman. Batman wouldn't have died that way. Blah 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 blah. Like they make it this whole fucking uh rhetoric in their head that Rocksteady somehow wronged the Justice League by having them die in a game called fucking Kill the Justice League. And then you have another group of people saying that this is a disservice to fucking Kevin Conroy, which is the biggest bunch of goddamn bullshit I've ever heard. Because why the fuck would Kevin Conroy sign up for anything that was a disservice to him? He chose to do this game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Redditors. Yeah, I was about to say. Go ahead, Micah.
Didn't you say something about how Kevin Conroy was like actually excited to play as an evil Batman because normally he's the good guy?
Yeah, see, that's the part that Reddit glosses over. Kevin Conroy has said in the past that he's jealous of Mark Hamill because Mark Hamill gets to go all the fuck out with the Joker. Like, the Joker gets to be all crazy, and he always has to play the stoic, like, good guy. So him playing the good, like, the evil Batman was probably a fucking ball for him. It was something completely out of his, like, ballpark, and he was just like, oh shit, this is going to be kind of fun. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, people are gonna bitch, and especially redditors. I mean, you're getting most of this from Reddit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, redditors are a bunch of fucking babies who only care about their karma. And I mean,
Like,
dude,
what?
I've seen some of the most cringe shit on Reddit. Like, I mean, you see cringe shit everywhere, but it's just like it's karma hunting. Like these people don't care. They don't have opinions. They just want karma. They just want people to like their post.
It's kind of like for me with Rotten Tomatoes in the movies. Like, they just take like a small amount of people with like what could be a good movie and just completely say, no.
Yeah, or they like to feel powerful or something.
Yeah.
I would just say, the reality is, people obviously people are playing the game, and Suicide Squad doesn't give a fuck. They already got their money, so
Exactly.
they're fucking stupid. So they can bitch all they want, but they paid them fucking money
Well, that's the
already.
thing.
So
A lot of them didn't, and they're giving opinions based off. Like last week during Crook and Murder, Alex was like, "Oh, I'm going to give you a fair and unbiased, fucking Suicide Squad opinion based off YouTube videos he watched," and I'm like,
uh,
"Get fucked, dude! I
yeah,
actually play the goddamn game." And he's like, "No, no, no, no! Don't worry, it's fair and unbiased." It's like it's not. YouTube is not
Yeah.
unbiased. YouTube, you're gonna get way more clicks by being like, Suicide Squad is the trash game in 2024, as opposed to here's why I like the game. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta make your own opinions. You know, you can't just shit on something without really like I don't know. It's that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean people just like to be heard too, right? They like to they like to feel like people are hearing them out or whatever. So yeah,
Okay.
man. But
Well,
as long as you enjoy your game, that's all that matters.
So now that I've like completely covered the negatives, I'm gonna go through the positives real quick so we can move on. The story is actually pretty good. Uh, most of the people that look at this and immediately balk at you killing in Justice League miss the finer parts. Like going in and like fucking Amanda Waller demanding to see Lex Luthor's files, and then all those files getting wiped by Lex. And that's never ever brought up in the game again. Or meeting Lex 2 and having Brainiac be like, you know, right before he died. Or fucking the corruption of the hero's DNA. There is something much bigger going on in the story than most people give it credit for, and they haven't told us yet. There is a plot twist coming.
Oh, cool. So they're gonna like add more content to the game.
Yeah, the story's not done. This is chapter 1, folks. Don't judge the
best
ending.
part.
Go on.
The best part. Would I be able to like spoil like what's coming in the future?
Yeah, go ahead.
So basically, while playing this, I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna kill Brainiac, yada yada yada, and then you basically get to the part where you're chatting, and Lex Luthor's like, oh yeah, don't worry guys, you just have to kill 13 more. I'm like, what? My brain broke. Oh, no, it was you have to kill 12 more Brainiacs. I was like, I have to what?
Yeah,
So that's how they do you in the game.
there's something much bigger around the corner. Like, I don't think we fought the Justice League. I think we fought clones of the Justice League, and that's why they were so easy to be killed. I also think Lex is up to something because anytime Lex Luthor is involved with anything, you can guarantee there's an ulterior motive there.
Oh yeah.
And finally, the combat kicks fucking ass. Like each one of them, yeah, they shoot guns, but you kind of have to learn the traversal of them to to be any good with them. Deadshot's the easiest. Harley Quinn is the hardest. Though actually, Micah, to his credit, took to her really quick.
And credit to everybody who took Deadshot. I cannot master Deadshot. I is the least played character of mine. I mastered King Shark, mastered Boomerang, mastered Harley Quinn. Deadshot. There's something about that jetpack that's just right into the ground.
If you want my take on each of them, Harley's the hardest. I mean, at least from my standpoint, to master because you kind of have to get down her traversal mixed with her drone cooldown. Deadshot's not that difficult if you learn that he's more of a support and staying back. King Shark is pure fun because it's literally just jump into the middle of everything, start fucking shit up. Uh, and Captain Boomerang, I think I didn't play enough of him, but I think Micah can give a good idea of what Captain Boomerang is.
Captain Boomerang is basically like any speed character. I'd compare him to like Tracer, where he's like you have to be in and then out and then in and then out. So it's just constant back and forth. But you also have sun moves. Like I kept the shotgun the entire time where it's just dead, 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 dead. I was like, cool. So you basically just have to be quicker with Boomerang. So if you're used to like playing Sonic and Smash, Tracer and Overwatch, any fast character, he's gonna be your guy.
I have hopes
Alright.
for I have hopes for this game, but let it get off its feet first, guys.
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say on Suicide Squad.
Although I do have a couple things for it.
What's that?
This has officially because last year, story time. Last year I would always talk about how I'd be like, I'm Batman. Just that would be my saying of that year. This year, I'll randomly say I'm Batman. I was like, oh shoot, I accidentally killed him. And then people look at me funny, like, you didn't kill Batman. I'm like, yes, I did with a boomerang. So you can make excuses that you killed Superman, Batman, Flash, Green Lantern, all with a boomerang.
Alright, Superman's fight was bullshit. I will give them that. I fucking struggled with Superman. But,
What do you like? Stick a fucking kryptonite rod up his ass or something?
dude, he fight at the minute you have a bead on him with your gun, he's gone. And he's already hitting you with the tank at that point.
Yeah, which was actually really funny. Because randomly I'll be like, I'll zip into the air. I'm like, yeah. And then I'd see him here right behind me. I'm like, okay, I'll just zip away. He's probably going to swing. I zip away. It don't matter. He's going to zip with you and until he hits you with the tank.
I had to bring out Deadshot, which is like, Deadshot is my go-to when I'm failing shit. If I can't do something, I bust out Deadshot. And I had to bust him out for Superman. But
Uh-huh.
all right, well, let's move on. Jordan, you're gonna take this next part.
Yeah, no. So Helldivers. So Helldivers 1 came out like 2010, like long time ago, and it was a top-down. It was a top-down shooter, twin stick shooter, and the core mechanics was essentially, you call down stratagems that call down different types of stuff. Like some stratagems will call support weapons, like rocket launchers, machine guns, ammo. And then some stratagems will actually like you throw it into like a crowd of whatever alien you're fighting, and it will like be like a bombing streak or a 500 kilogram bomb or a nuke even like later on in the game, or like an orbital laser. And so it's a neat game. The neatest part about this game though is the game is PvE. There is no PvP at all. They don't ever plan on bringing it in. They actually stated, somebody asked it, like, oh, is there going to be PvP? And they said, if you want to have PvP, go play Tarkov, is literally what they told people. And what's awesome about it, though, is it is like it's basically a big tabletop game that we're all playing together. And they actually have game masters who are basically like deciding like what happens. So like, and the narrative is kind of pushed by the player base. So for example, there will be this huge map and there will be sectors all over the map, and it will be like these planets are owned by the bugs, these planets are like, in the automaton sector, and they're going to introduce other aliens as it goes. And what's cool though is when you go and do a mission on a planet, when you finish it, it pushes the liberation of that planet a little bit forward. Now we're talking like quarters of a percent, like nothing. Because there's like 400,000 people playing, so it pushes it forward very little. But you're essentially working together with every other player in the game to like liberate planets and do missions. And so like the game masters will be like, hey, Helldivers, we're telling everybody, we need all of you to go liberate these planets this week. Now, you don't have to go liberate these planets. You can still go fight the automatons if you want, or, go to any planet. But it's kind of like they'll kind of push the player base to, like, work together. So it's really cool. So you have some, like, cool player-generated content essentially coming up where, like, people are comparing the automaton front to like basically like space Vietnam, and there's like Malavalon Creek is what they're calling it, and like I don't know. I'll be honest, I find it to be a little bit cringy sometimes, like because people like it's like guys like honestly, if you were on that planet, you weren't fucking pushing the main objective of the game forward. So it's kind of like, like you were doing whatever you wanted to do, but like you should have been on the bug worlds helping out. But but I don't know. So, but people, honestly, if you go on TikTok, that's all you fucking see. Like, oh god, Malavalon Creek, like, or Space Vietnam, or oh my god, I've got PTSD from Malavalon Creek. It's like, haha, okay, same original funny joke over and over again. Good job. Good on you, buddy. But honestly, I'm just happy people are enjoying the game. The last thing, did you guys have any questions about the game at all? Like,
I've seen people take one joke that like a streamer or YouTube does and just beat it to absolute death. And it's
yes,
like, Jesus Christ, guys.
yeah,
Come up
yeah,
with your own shit.
yeah.
It's
They really have beat it to death, and so, but it's really good, honestly. Do not buy the $60 version. Buy the $40 version. You can get premium credits in the game just by playing it. Like you find them in bunkers and whatnot. Uh, and so don't buy the $60 version. I bought the $60 version, not thinking about it. But you don't need to buy the credits. You can find them just by playing the game.
So
So
let me ask you a couple questions.
yeah.
One, is that a Dilophosaurus?
Where?
With the lizard with the fanned out like you know what I'm talking
Oh
about.
no, that is a stalker.
But do
So
they do the and then like spit at you?
they kind of do. Yeah, they're extremely deadly. What's
I mean,
neat is actually I'm
look at
glad
that
you
guy in
asked
the
about that
front.
because wait, what'd you say?
I said, look at the guy at the front. He's covered in slime.
In goo. Yeah. So the cool thing about this is you pick your missions on the planet. So they're somewhat procedurally generated. And like the main objective will be like go arm this nuke. Um, but what's cool is the map will have secondary objectives. So like there's these big spore trees that spawn, and they will actually make smoke all over that area of the map. And if you go and you go destroy it, it's like a side objective. And then there's also stalker layers. And so like for example, if you see a stalker come up, go in that direction that it came at you towards, because you can go find the lair and blow it up, and no more stalkers will spawn. And they're like extremely deadly. So it's kind of cool. They've included some like things in the game that like make the maps a little bit more fun. Make them a little bit more like not as cookie cutter, I guess. And
Micah, are
also
you
it's
watching a trailer?
No.
Okay, I was hearing like music on the back.
oh no, it's my TV. I'm sorry.
Oh.
It was quiet in my basement. I apologize. No, but I don't want to talk about it too long. I honestly like watch some videos of it, watch a streamer play it or something. It's really good.
Wait, there's two other questions I have. One,
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I also want to, but
I would pay $40 to fight a Dilophosaurus. So I might actually just pick up the game. Uh and can you solo the game or do I have to fucking play with other people?
So you can solo the game. You can play solo. The only thing is there I think currently there's 9 difficulties. And so if you like are pretty good at the game, like you understand the mechanics, and you can solo like level 5 missions on your own. People are soloing level 9 missions on their own. They're doing it in cheesy ways, but they're still soloing them. It's meant to be played with other people because it's like it's like for Super Earth. It's fun and like, dude, it's crossplay, so PC players can play with PlayStation players. So, if you
Politically
guys
correct
get it,
players?
yes, politically correct players. Steam users can play with PlayStation users. Um,
well,
yeah,
where's
but
my Xbox?
yeah.
I'm
What was
joking.
your other question?
Do you see this being a longevity thing? Like
Yeah.
if you're able to get premium credits in the game, how are they going to support the game?
Yeah. So, in my opinion, so what they did with the first game is they did release DLCs over time. Um, so that's a good question, man. The first game is still running. I think it's still running even after 15 years. I don't know how much it costs to maintain the servers and whatnot. And they plan on releasing a lot of new content. Like they right from the get go, they're like, mechs are coming. They're just still
No.
under construction. Super Earth is working on your mechs so that they can deploy. And then also, like, they've even said it. They're like, yeah, the biggest creature you guys are fighting right now in the alien worlds, those are the smallest creatures on the hive
I did
planets.
see that.
Jig is we're talking about Helldivers too.
Yeah.
Which
Um,
okay, so if I get it, you and I can play together.
yeah, we can play together,
And Micah has a PS5, so he can get it too.
and we
Yeah.
can play together. Yeah, we
Yeah.
could all play together.
I'd much rather
Yeah.
have a squad of friends as opposed to a squad of random fucking nut jobs from Reddit.
And there's in-game chat too, so we wouldn't have to do Discord or do anything weird. I mean, we could do Discord, but we could use the in-game chat. So, but they've made it very friendly to play with other people. That is the whole point, and highly recommend it. Very good. And now that they fixed their issues, not only did they make it so that AFK players are no longer in, they also raised their server capacity to 700,000 people.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I follow them right along Susan.
Yeah, I don't know why they're comparing them. I mean, the only thing they have in common is live service. So, yeah, Reddit's
not
shit.
gonna,
Do you have any
not gonna
questions,
lie.
Micah?
No, I was just gonna say, not gonna lie. When I first heard of Helldivers, my entire friend group heard of this because this is like our type of game, and we're like, "Wow, we all need to get a PlayStation just to play this, or it's got to come to Xbox." And we were all excited. And like, my favorite part that made I got excited about it anyways, but sorry, I was like eating something. But as soon as
podcast.
I believe in you, Micah. You'll get it out. Eventually, you'll finish this sentence.
But I watched a YouTuber play it, and the one thing that mainly officially got me hooked was there's friendly fire.
Oh, good. So I can kill Micah. Yep,
I'm not
I'm
playing
in.
Micah anymore. Yeah, no, the friendly fire is pretty abysmal. I'll be honest. There were a couple times with my friends because, like, I played the first one. So this is the weird thing. I played the first one. I thought the first one was really popular. So when Helldivers 2 got announced, I was like, fuck yeah, guys, Helldivers 2. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what even is Helldivers? And I was like, yeah, what do you mean? What is Helldivers? Like, I played the fuck out of this game. And so when Helldivers 2 came out, I told my friends, like, go get this game. They're like, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you so excited? And so I mean, I just love that it's really picked up. Like people are fucking loving it, and it is very fun. And yeah, the one thing I really like is the weapons. Like, a lot of them are good. There is a meta weapon right now. The breaker shotgun is pretty much better than almost everything else, but like the Defender SMG is also just fucking slamming. So I mean, there's so many ways to like, basically, do these missions. And I love it. This game has no meta, and the armor sets. I mean, you can honestly just go for drip. Because one might have like 20% more throw range or something like that, or a little more health, but it really doesn't make a difference. So.
Base.
Yeah, but no, it's cool. But thanks for letting me go over that, man.
Yeah, of course.
I appreciate you.
Let's shoot to the next one.
Power World. Oh man, am I talking about Power World too?
Okay,
I can help support this one too.
Let me give my weird ass opinion. This is completely biased, guys. Coming from someone who hasn't played it, so the very thing that I told Alex not to do is what I'm about to do. But from the YouTube videos I've seen, I don't know.
Yeah.
Power World seems like Pokemon ripoff, and when I saw it, and I saw what is very clearly Electabuzz out there, I was like, they are about 2 clicks away from fucking falling under the Nintendo's lawyers. But Nintendo apparently can't touch them.
Nope. Who would have thought when you base some of your characters off monkeys and ducks that if somebody copies them, you can't sue them for your character based off of a monkey or a duck or a wolf, right?
Huh.
No, it's interesting. I watched some videos on this, and honestly, this game is more like Rust than it is Pokemon.
Or
Wait,
You
have you
know,
played it?
huh?
Have you played it?
Yeah, I played the
Oh,
fuck out
okay.
of it. When it came out, I was actually at MagFest, and I think we started playing it at like 2 a.m. on Friday. Was like Saturday morning, and then we went to the hotel at like 3, and then we woke up at 10, went back, and we played Power World until like 4 a.m. the next day. And then I set up my own server, and it kind of burned a little too bright. Like I'm not playing it currently. I actually just canceled my subscription for my online server because like they need to make some balanced stuff, and they need to make it so that you can turn. So the problem with it is if you leave a persistent server on 24/7 for your friends to play on, pals will come and raid your base every once in a while. Your pals are not strong enough to fight those off alone, and so my buddies came home one day and logged in, and our bases were just completely fucking gone. Like all of our pals dead, and they were what do we even fucking? And I was like, honestly, just stop playing for a while until they fix some stuff up. But like,
real
worth the
ass
worth,
Pokemon.
yeah, yeah, dude, and it's so funny, dude, because I mean. I was describing it to somebody at MagFest, and my buddy was like, "You can't say that. That's not cool. Stop saying that." Because I was like, Pal World is just like it's basically like Pokemon Slavery Simulator. Like you're literally capturing these pals and you're putting them to fucking work in your base. Like they are mining ore and cutting trees, and like they literally have a Pal World like a conveyor belt system where they're literally like fucking over the thing, like putting shit together, and it's so fucked up. It's so funny though. Like it's like because people are like going really all with it. Like there's like a dummy of a like one of the penguin Pokemon, and so people and it's got like fucking X's on its eyes, and it's like uh tied up to a pole, and people put a sign next to it to like you know work until you die and stuff like that. And it's just I don't know, but it's honestly really good. There's some quality of life stuff in there, but like I love that somebody's kind of competing with Pokemon because I think Pokemon needs to fucking up their game.
Yo,
They need to innovate.
Jay Gazes, which by the way, guys, is a fantastic streamer. Go give him a follow on Twitch. That is JGAZES.
Do
Uh,
follow it.
says that he was on the Power World hype train for about 3 days before he
Hmm.
got bored.
Yeah, yeah.
I
It
only
burns
lasted
bright.
30 minutes.
It burns bright. 100%. It really does.
It,
Wait, Mikey,
There.
did you buy it?
I did buy it, and well, actually, no, I got it on Game Pass. But the funny thing is, it's a really funny game. I love how you can add like basically I made my character a buff female with a male face, so she's just like with Harley Quinn type hair. Funniest thing ever. Like when you're swimming around with those buff arms and that skinny body, it just literally looks like. Although the first thing I did ever was I literally went up and punched a Mammoforest. I'm guessing you know what that is, Jordan.
The Mamorest.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
punched it and it ran away and I just kept punching it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna tame you, pal, because I didn't know that there was actually like pal balls that you could use. So I was just like, oh, I'm gonna tame you by beating you up. No, it turned around and one shot me. I was like,
I mean, it's
fair enough.
really. Have you guys ever played the game Ark? Have you ever heard of Ark?
I've played Ark.
I,
Yeah.
I
Ark
tried playing Ark. I hate
Ark
it.
is very similar to Power World. You know, like you have to be just kind of like a special kind of person to really just love it. Like, because
Yeah.
Ark burned bright for me too. Any survival game like that where it slowly turns into a job, it is like that. You
Well,
know, so I'm.
for me, there's only one survival game out there that somehow manages to tiptoe that line between in survival and a job, and that's
Oh, I'm
Minecraft.
interested.
Minecraft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Minecraft, dude. They don't introduce a lot into the they have very slowly introduced stuff into their game.
Yeah.
And I know it's a big meme because they'll be like joking like, "Oh, it's been like 2 years since an update, and we got like a fucking like new grass type." Or oh hey, the cow's purple now or something like that.
Got
And
armor for your dog.
yeah, yeah. And but like they're really good at it because they know what people like. And they don't let their game get too bloated or weird. And then they let the modding community take the rest of it, dude. I mean, shit, dude. I remember when Minecraft first came out, I was fucking infatuated. And then I remember when mods started coming out, and I could fucking have dinosaurs and shit. I was like, this is insane. So shout out to Minecraft.
If you just ask, I will eat your door. He can tell you my opinion on Ark because I was screaming. He's like, we should just go play Ark one time. Every time I respawned in, a dinosaur would just yank me into the sea, charge at me. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I've never rage quit at a game so hard than Ark.
I
Yeah,
died
Ark
so
hurts.
many times in fucking Ark, and then my friend's like, "Just find my base," and I'm like, "The fuck where?" Because I don't even have a goddamn map or have any understanding where I am in this. Jay Gazes says he's played a bunch of it, and they have role-playing servers like GTA
Mhm.
Ark.
Yeah.
What is that?
Well, dude,
Yeah.
in 2016 when I graduated from college, between college and my first job, I started playing Ark, and I actually was on like a server where got into it was kind of role playing. I literally had timed schedules that I was on guard duty. I literally had a job in a fucking game. And like sometimes I had night shift and sometimes I had morning shift. Not kidding. Arc players fucking insane. Different level of fucking crazy.
That's just
Like
GTA too. It's just
I mean,
constant.
yeah, those people are nuts too. But yeah, Pal World. I think there's still more to it. I look forward to see what they do with the game because I mean it's you know
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna
yeah
see
I,
what
I
they
agree with that.
add. But
There's an Go ahead.
this next one, and guys, while I do like Suicide Squad, this is quickly becoming my fucking game of the year. Tomb Raider Remastered. Uh,
we
I.
all know the reason why it's your game of the year though.
It's because she's got gigantic guns. Okay?
Does it have those assets?
Now, she's got huge assets. So, look, and when she does a handstand, I'm just like, woof. Well, bueno. Um, okay, so when I heard Aspire was making this, I remembered a game that Aspire did. I believe it was Dark Forces 2, where I tried playing that, and I was like, now I understand why Stormtroopers suck at fucking shooting, because this shooting sucks. And I realized they didn't really upgrade fucking Dark Forces 2 so much as they just gave it a fresh coat of paint. So when I heard that they were going to do Tomb Raider Remastered, I was like, I really hope they give me something more than just relearn tank controls after 20 years. Well, turns out they did. One, they added modern controls to where Laura runs in any direction that you move the thumbstick. And two, they added a photo mode. And let me tell you, fucking photo mode in
Sorry.
Tomb Raider has taken the Reddit board by storm. Um, Nobody knew that they wanted to take so many pictures of Laura Croft. I haven't. Okay, like I'm not that kind of perv. I probably took one when she turned full
What?
golden.
But you just say I'm not that kind of perv. So so you're admitting that you're perv, just not that kind of.
Just look, I'm just not that blatant of a perv. No,
Oh, okay,
no,
okay.
their photo mode is actually fun. Like they have cool photos where they'll have Laura sitting on top of the T-Rex they just killed. Like it pauses the game and you can put her into different positions, but not in the way that you think. Okay, get your heads out of the gutter. Uh, I picked this up when it dropped, and I was like, this game is fucking frustrating. And I was like, Laura, fucking jump. I was like, just get there, stop fucking dying. And then it reminded me. I did that little fucking Wayne's World thing. It was like, and then suddenly I was 1997 me screaming, Laura, just fucking jump. Just go over there and stop goddamn dying. And I was like, oh, this game is like hitting the nostalgia fields. And I loved it for its faults. Like, I suddenly realized that I was falling in love with the game that I had fallen in love with as a kid. Their updated visuals are basically how I like to remember them in my mind. The fact that you can switch between the classic view and the old view, or in the new view, with the press of a button is genius. Uh, Tomb Raider Remastered is fucking great. The only bad thing I can say about it, two of them actually. One, they really need to fix their camera. Their camera at times still thinks you're playing tank controls when you're playing modern, and it royally fucks up your jumps. And two, uh, there's no autosave. And let me tell you, in 2020, when you're playing a game without autosave, you learn real fucking quick to start saving the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why couldn't they have the camera feature in 1997? You know, I don't know. I think Jordan would be better answer for that. Why didn't they have?
At the time, game engines just weren't as good as they are now. Like game engines, because I've actually been studying Unity a little bit, because I want to build some stuff, and essentially, like when it came to when it came to all the assets, I mean, it's tough to get all that stuff to work correctly, and so, cameras glitch through walls and shit. So it's just, I think it was just a lack of the technology. Someone probably really smart figured it out later on, and they just copied them. So, them.
Oh.
And while I do love Laura's and practical outfits, um, I I think I truly fell in love with the game because of the difficulty of the jumps. There wasn't any time in the game where I fucked it up. Well, no, actually there was plenty of times where I played in the game for like the camera movement, but when I nailed that jump and I finally got Laura to where I wanted her to be on like the platform above, there was this weird sense of reward, like almost like Dark Souls level. Like I did it, fucking save the game, don't hit load. Okay, let's continue on.
Are you gonna start playing Sekiro then? If you're
Fuck
looking
no.
for, come on, dude, come on.
I threw my controller on the bed at Tomb Raider. I highly doubt I'd make it past the first boss in Sekiro. Not unless I
Also-
want to start fucking pairing drywall.
Also, speaking of remastered games, have you guys seen what they plan on doing with Battlefront? Like Star Wars
You're talking about
Battlefront?
Star Wars Battlefront 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're remastering it.
Is that
Yeah, I'm
only
glad
for
they
the
are.
Switch, or is that coming to everything?
I have no idea.
If it only comes to the Switch, that is a fucking tragedy on their
Yeah.
financials, because it should be coming to every system, because that's going to be a cash cow. Because the Battlefront 2 is a fucking, and I don't want to derail too much. Maybe we can talk about that next episode or whenever it gets closer. But did you guys know that Battlefront 3 was like 90% done and they canned it?
What?
Yeah,
Really?
I was reading something about this the other day. They were like 90% done, where you could literally, space combat would be happening at the same time as battlefield combat down on the planet. You could literally go between them. And they were like, they canned it like near the end. I'm sure there's more reasons, but we'll have to go into that a little more maybe when it gets a little closer to the remaster release. But
Sometimes
yeah,
I fucking hate. I really fucking hate. Like
money.
I
Yep.
release it. It's like Blizzard. Give us pets in Diablo 4. It's not that hard. You want to make all the money in the goddamn world, give us pets, put a pet shop section in the shop, and guess what? Boom, you just played for all your dividends for fucking Diablo for the year.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah,
floppy
dude.
Wizard's hat. If you're listening, Blizzard, I want a floppy Wizard/Witch's hat, and I
You
refuse to buy anything else in the
you
Diablo
were
4 shop until I get it. Alright, go on.
you were feeling passionate today, man. I can feel it. I feel heat coming off my monitor right now.
That's
Like
true.
you know that meme where you got the guy with the pen writing and he's like on fucking fire?
Yeah,
That's you right now, but with the mic.
I'm getting
So
pissed off at Blizzard. I'm like, they give us a initial, and I'm almost 100% positive it's a fucking beta for the pets in Diablo 4. But I still want my floppy Wizard's hat. It's been a year. Let's stop pretending like it's all serious and start getting weird with Diablo. Okay. That's
Kenny,
all I'm
I'm
going to say on
disturbed
that.
again. It's another white space.
it was intentional.
That was intentional. Intentionally done. They
Yep,
have
yep,
him in
okay.
Lost Epoch. Lost Epoch isn't for the Xbox J Gazes, though we are technically building a supercomputer right now, my dad and I. We're
Oh.
going to have an i9 processor. We're gonna put in a Radeon 7900 graphics card with 24 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes of RAM. Um, I think 4 terabytes of solid state drive. It's gonna be fun.
Have you already bought everything?
Now, Dad's going to Micro Center tomorrow.
Oh,
To get
your dad's IT, right?
Yeah.
Was? Okay, cool. I was gonna say if you anytime I do any builds, I always double check it with another IT person. Because you never know, man. There's sometimes where it's like, oh,
Oh,
I reckon.
he's gonna
Okay.
run it by the Micro Center nerds.
Oh yeah, cool. And just yeah, dude, I can give you some pointers after this just to make sure. But it sounds like you got it covered. So
Uh,
cool.
the next big thing, Elden Ring released or showed its release date for Shadow of the Erdtree. It is
Yes.
June 21st. No other game this year is going to measure up to it, so stop trying. Unless they somehow release Baldur's Gate 4.
Hey,
Uh,
this time for Elden Ring, invite me at the very beginning before you have to teach 20 people how to play.
oh my god. I have to get you to the point to start the DLC, which means we have to go fight Mog, which means you're going to have to learn real quick how to play Elden Ring.
Well, I don't
Um.
really care if I skip Elden Ring 1 to go to Elden Ring 2. I'm perfectly fine.
Oh, this isn't Elden Ring.
That's DLC.
This is DLC.
Well, this is
Yeah.
the DLC.
They said it's
Looks like
about
it's gonna be a lot though.
they said it's about the size of the starting area, which is pretty
Oh,
big. And I don't know. It looked like I saw the trailer. It looked like a deadlier version of Malekith is showing up, which should be a lot of fun. I expect holes to be put in my wall. I might have to buy a new TV at some point. Because I fucking hate Malekith. Out of every single boss in that game, other than Melania, who I refuse to fight, Malekith is the only one that's I've had to fight 3 times. No, 4. No, maybe 5. I'm fucking tired of fighting him.
Yeah, I was actually going to talk about this later on, but a lot of the villains that they've shown off for the new bosses are literally inspirations from Berserk. The white haired you know like very feminine dude on the horse is fucking straight from Berserk, and I'm so excited. And then also one of the other ones I saw was like a dragon knight looking guy. Yeah, I love how much Elden Ring pulls from Berserk, and it just gets me going. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, same here. June 21st. Mark your date. Or mark your calendars, because it's probably going to be fun. Temtem. You know, at first, when I read the news story this morning, how Temtem's director fought back against fan backlash, I was kind of on the side of Temtem, because it was like, hey, and this is the news section, essentially. But she was essentially like, "Hey, this it's difficult to make new content for you guys without getting money to make new content for you guys." And it's like,
What a surprise.
and then I went to the Reddit board and I read the whole thing, and the creator 100% played the victim and blamed the player base. I'm like, okay, that doesn't look good for you either. you know, it's
Yeah.
like the statement basically boiled down to, you got what you got. Stop asking for more so we can make 10 times 2. And the player base is like, well, you didn't really give us half the shit you promised us. So where's
Mm.
that? You know,
Interesting.
I say both sides are wrong. A, uh, gamers need to lay the fuck off. They do. Off of developers in general. There are times when, yes, you should call up a developer or call out a developer, and I'm looking at you, Activision, and your Modern Warfare 3 bullshit. That was rightfully called out at the fucking Video Game Awards by the voice of Kratos. I 100% stand behind that. But asking a developer to give you more shit for free if you're not going to invest in the game is entitlement at its core. It's annoying to see this a lot, and it's kind of frustrating because it paints us in a bad light. But just being like, give me more stuff, give me more stuff. I don't want microtransactions. Give me more free stuff. And it's like, guys, you know, we should be lucky to be playing the games that we are now. Like anything with more than 30 hours is a good game. Anything like
Yeah.
you weren't alive during a time when you went home and played Battletoads and realized there was no hope of fucking beating the game because that one level would stop you.
Dude, I mean, it's insane to me now when I hear somebody say something like, "Yeah, the game was kind of short. It only took me 30 hours." I'm like, "Only? Like what the like what the fuck do you do? Like do you have a life outside? Like do you do anything fucking else? Like do you recognize that that's basically like, if you paid for a $60 game and it's 30, like you're paying like what, $2 an hour essentially? Like that's pretty fucking good, and then games, like, and let's be real, 30 hours, like, that might be to just finish the story on some things. It's weird to me. I think in the case of Temtem, if they promised a bunch of stuff and then didn't deliver on it, and then they were like, "Sorry guys, we need more money." It's like, okay, well, you kind of fucked up. You shouldn't have promised that with the initial purchase, like the early access purchase. But I don't know, like, even Tarkov right now is going through. You guys don't want to escape from Tarkov, right?
Yeah.
Even
Yes.
Tarkov right now, they just discontinued their Edge of Darkness edition, which is $120, which most people fucking bought because you got a bigger stash. But the big thing is it didn't actually really change the gameplay in raids, so people didn't give a fuck. And that's why nobody poo-pooed on it. They're like, yeah, you paid extra money for essentially you could store more stuff out, and then also you could get that extra stash. You just had to like get stuff to upgrade it, which really wasn't that crazy if you're good at the game. Well, they just discontinued Edge of Darkness, so you can no longer buy that edition. Everyone who has it is like special now, you know. But what's funny is now they're selling some of the features that Edge of Darkness has. So they're like, you can buy additional stash space, you can buy, um, what is it? Fucking the co-op like offline mode. You can so they have to make money, like they do, because servers cost money, developers cost money, and so people are of course all fucking upset. To me, as long as microtransactions don't affect the gameplay in a way that it gives like players the edge on other players, it's like, I don't, fuck it, go ahead,
Yeah, on like okay, so the way I see it is like microtransactions keep a game alive. It's like essentially yeah, this is like the other Pokemon clone. Temtem is a game you play if you don't own a Nintendo Switch in Pokemon.
Temtem is even more of a Pokemon clone. Like Temtem is the same battle. Like I wouldn't say the same battle system, but it's turn-based battling. Like where Power World is like fucking. I mean, it's not. It's literally got guns. You're literally shooting people in Power World. So,
But
like, go
the
ahead.
the microtransactions of a game is how you can get regular updates. Like fucking Diablo 4 wouldn't be updated as much if it didn't have microtransactions. They'd be like, okay, we'll update it once a season if it was just seasonal. Like doing shit like that pays the developers to invest in that game. Decrying microtransactions is not gonna make the game better. Yeah, here's what it boils down to. You either got periodic releases of DLC, a la Elden Ring, where you pay once and then pay again for the DLC, or you get a longevity games as a service like Diablo 4, Temtem, fucking whatever, but you gotta invest in it to keep it alive.
Yeah,
You know?
dude, I honestly love and this is a controversial like thing, but I love how World of Warcraft honestly does it. I think if your game runs on servers, charge $15 a month, charge $10 a month. I would pay $10 a month to play fucking Tarkov. Like that's the thing. And then the cool thing is, it's like release every 2-3 years. Release a massive game update that's $60, and people don't mind if it's gonna bring new content. If it's gonna give them content, they will pay for it and be happy with it.
Yeah.
But you can't overpromise, right? Like, oh, you pay $40 and we'll fucking rub your toes for the rest of your life. It's just that's not how it works.
Well, that's where
So,
Temtem fucked up. Is they're not delivering on their promises,
yeah,
and they're blaming the player base for it. Like,
they're not rubbing my toes.
at the very least, Blizzard. I can't believe I'm fucking defending them. But at the very least, when Blizzard fucks up, they're very transparent about fucking up. And then they'll be like, yeah, we fucked up. You know? And then they'll
Yeah.
go and fix their fuck ups. It might take them a while, but they will fix it. And that's actually why, while everyone loves to hate Blizzard, I actually kind of like the company because at the very least, they just let you know what's up. You know? Whereas some companies will gradually go under and then blame the player base.
Yeah, man. The state of Overwatch 2 right now is pretty crazy, though.
Overwatch 2.
Like, I don't like the fucking hitboxes are pretty fucking wild.
Fucking supports are nullified.
You
It's
can
just
like
what's the
fucking
point?
you can fucking like shoot somebody's head like all the way over here, and it'll hit them in the head. Like that shit's wild. I was looking at the hitboxes, and it's like they're not even hitboxes at this point. They're like hit fucking screens.
They basically said, fuck the supports, fuck the tanks, just go straight DPS. As soon as I found out that DPS can fucking heal, I was like, Sombra, this is Sombra's game now. Because all she has to do is pop in, shoot you a couple times, and disappear. Get all her health back, pop back in, shoot you a couple times.
Wait,
disappear.
dude, does DPS passively heal?
They all passively heal now.
Yeah, that game's fucking dead. I ain't playing that shit ever. We can get off that. I don't want to talk about.
Eventually they'll fix it.
I don't want to fucking talk about Overwatch anymore. What's the next one?
Okay,
It's Minecraft.
a lot of this has been, I guess, venting. But this one's a very serious thing, guys. Okay, the final thing I have to say is you gotta lay off Silk Song. I get it. It's been in development for so long, and we all want to hear about where Hollow Knight Silk Song is and what it's doing. They will reveal it to us when they are ready to. This whole mentality of like they have to give us news or they have to release the game or we're gonna boycott it or we're not gonna play Silk Song is exactly how we ended up with Cyberpunk pre-releasing early because the studio heads and the fucking shareholders will hear that and be like, hey, you gotta release Silk Song in whatever fucking state it's in now. And then it releases in a broken state. And then everybody lacking self-awareness turns around and goes, why the developers release it in a broken state? And it's because we, as the player base, are asking it to come out early. So, guys, Silksong will release when Silksong is ready to release. I brought this up because I fucking saw Reddit again. This movement to boycott Silksong unless they give him news or a release date. Also,
But Crook,
Peace
I
Boo.
want my game now.
Yeah, it's like let's all go back to 2000 what 16 17 and look how well that turned out for Cyberpunk.
Yeah. It's got one of the best animes ever.
Hi, Peace Boo 221. Welcome to the stream. We are a podcast, and
We're
we
homies talking about games and movies and shows.
Yeah, and we just wrapped up the video game section, so my rant is
Oh.
done. I'll try to be friendlier next month.
Wow. Wow, only an hour and a half for the video game section? That was pretty good time.
It's like 20 minutes of that was Suicide Squad. Oh, shit. And now we're about to get into it. It's like out of the frying pan and into the fire.
Into the fucking frying pan. Let's go. Go ahead,
I
Mike.
do want to welcome Peace because she is my friend. Hi, Peace. Welcome.
Peace is your friend? Well, thank you for
Yeah.
stopping by.
I feel like every podcast we're basically just it's a podcast for all of Micah's friends.
You know what?
They're our audience.
That's perfectly fine. Go spread the word. Let them know that we're out there, and we will give you fair reviews because we don't get paid to review shit. So we are just gonna give you our opinions on what we think.
Okay, also, before these two completely blow up this one, this is Borderlands, a new movie. Recent trailer came out. I do like how they have Kevin Hart and Jack Black. That is probably my favorite part. I love Jack Black as Claptrap. It's hilarious. But now I'm just gonna let these two completely just blow it up. So yeah.
Oh, can I go first?
Yeah, you can go first. We're gonna take tag team though. So you say something, then I'll say something, then you say something.
Okay.
And then we're just gonna beat the shit out of this fucking movie.
Reddit cracked me up today. They called it Boomerlands. And I can't dispute that. I mean, Jamie Lee Curtis as Tannis. I love the actress, but Tannis is a 20-something-year-old fucking scientist who is hot, but also completely fucking ice cold, crazy bitch.
Yeah.
How is Jamie Lee Curtis gonna pull that off?
How the fuck is Kate Blanchett, a 42-year-old, playing fucking Lilith? What? And then Roland's not fucking short as shit, and Kevin Hart, he's not supposed to be a. Oh, God, I don't know. I don't know. They could have. I actually read the perfect thing. They were like, Idris Elba.
Ooh, Idris Elba would have made a
He would have been the
role.
fucking best cast for Roland. The best cast for Roland. He would have been so good. And then honestly, Kate Blanchett, at first I was like, oh, she's that's kind of when I saw it, I was like, it seems like she's really old to play that role. But she actually does look like Lilith, so I give it to them. But yeah, just, I don't know. Jack Black is great as Claptrap. I don't know. What's your opinion on that one, man?
Okay, so Jack Black as Claptrap stole the fucking trailer.
Yeah.
He's literally the most on point character in that trailer. Yep. He actually made me like Claptrap, and I kind of fucking hate Claptrap pretty much at all times in the games.
Interesting.
Except there are times where Claptrap makes me laugh, so he gets a pass. Kate Blanchett looks like Lilith. If Kate Blanchett can just play a leader type role, where she's just kind of I'm here to shoot shit and get fucking the loot, then she could pull off Lilith. Lilith is not that hard to pull off. Giving Kevin Hart to Roland, I'm not exactly against that because maybe it needs a little bit of comedy, and Roland wasn't exactly comedy.
No.
Okay, that's why. Okay.
But at the same time, Roland wasn't exactly anything. Roland, for the most part, was just there. He was a soldier.
Yeah, he was a quiet soldier. I mean, that's what he's supposed to be. Is this like stoic, quiet soldier? Not. I mean, Kevin Hart
Don't
always
do
plays the
energy
funny.
issues.
Yeah, he's the funny guy. I mean, he's really good. I like Kevin Hart, by the way. Like, I don't dislike Kevin Hart. I just when I saw this casting, at first I thought it was shitty fan casting.
Ooh,
Like, I thought this was a
wait.
joke.
If you want to see, I bet you this might change your mind about Kevin Hart. I know this is going way off track. Actually, hold on, I have to go to Netflix for this. But sorry. There's this movie that I recently watched where, like, it wasn't like the whole like comedy thing for Kevin Hart. It was like an actual serious role, which I was like completely impressed with, and the movie was great either way. God, it was a newer movie. Hold on. Sorry, you guys can keep talking. I'll see
All
if I
right.
No,
can
you're
find it.
good.
So
Yeah,
here's my thoughts. That movie is gonna hinge on two characters, pure and simple: Claptrap and Tiny Tina. Tiny Tina is a fan favorite in the Borderlands universe, and if they fuck her up, that movie has no
yeah.
chance.
People are gonna be real upset. Like, I think it's a little cringy that they would be, but at the same time, you're 100% right. If they fuck up Tiny Tina, people are gonna fucking just fist this movie. It's not gonna be good.
There's
It's
there, and that being said, there is one or two parts in the trailer where Greenblatt pulls off Tiny Tina. And that's the part where she's like, "Time to make it rain with your body parts," and then does the somersault and like hits the kill switch. That's Tiny Tina to a T. The other part is where she's arguing with Roland about fucking explosions. Like that's Tiny Tina. The part where
yeah,
she's holding a rocket launcher and saying mine is bigger, I didn't really see Tiny Tina in that. Tiny Tina is more the type of person that will talk shit to you after she's killed you because you're probably already dead if you've walked within 12 feet of her.
You're not gonna like that part of the trailer, like when she's saying "I have a bigger weapon." That kind of was just like that was the only like part of the trailer that was just like threw me off because it was so out of like line. Like it's just like, huh? Like there would have probably been a better way to say that.
wait.
Yeah,
So, Micah, you've never played Borderlands?
I've only played the pre-sequel once, where I actually played as Claptrap, and I remember playing with Kenny and my dad, and we only played it for like one night, and then that was it.
Yo, I mean, Kirby, you should take him through like the first one. I
we're gonna.
mean,
Oh, well, he wants to play Claptrap, so I have to do it.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean,
Claptrap's my favorite character.
Borderlands came out what 2008, 2009?
Yeah, they have
Yeah.
remastered versions on the Xbox, so we can actually play like them with all their DLC and pretty decent visual.
Yeah, Borderlands is old.
Dude,
But Borderlands was like one of the first really good looter shooters.
Borderlands 2 will destroy your vision of old fucking looter shooters because
Yeah,
it's so goddamn good. Borderlands 2 sits there as like one of the top greats of all time.
yeah, yeah. They did a really good job. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. This movie
Now,
could be all right. I don't think it's gonna be great, but it could be all right.
here's where
I also
they've fucked up. There's one very big thing that it kind of hit me today. I was like, there's one very big thing that fucking the Borderlands trailer fucked up, and that's by they tried to make it Guardians of the Galaxy meets Pandora. You know, if you,
Uh,
which don't get me wrong, it could work. But if they wanted to win over the fans of this, they wouldn't have played some random fucking 80s song. They would have played Ain't No Rest for the Wicked over the
yeah,
trailer.
yeah. I was
uh,
literally thinking that right now. Is if they had played Ain't No Rest for the Wicked and they did it where they were all on the bus, like in the first one,
Yeah.
it would have been perfect. Yeah.
People would
It's
have
just
forgiven a lot more if that was the song that was playing.
Yeah, dude, it's very interesting to me with all these companies like making game movies and not like let's be real. Like you literally just have to copy the fucking wheel, right? Like this was already a highly successful series. Just fucking like take 75% of it and just copy it, and then boom, you give the people what they want. Because
Yeah.
like, let's be real, you're not like attracting. Your demographic here is the gaming community that already loves the game. Lean into it.
Yeah, I don't
Well,
know who their audience is. Like at this point, they're trying to attract the Guardians of the Galaxy audience, mixed with the 1990s boomer audience, mixed with like the game audience, and it's like just focus on fucking one and make
well,
it great.
What do you
so
think,
with
Mike?
songs, you gotta think about it because they could have tried to get the song. It's just the song. You have to talk to the songwriter to see if it's actually okay to put the song in and give them a certain amount of money for that song to
Oh,
be in.
I'm sure they would have been down.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if
But
you have to pay that amount of money to get it into your Borderlands game, like that is the premier song for Borderlands.
Oh, okay.
That is like
yeah,
if Borderlands had a fucking theme song, it would be "Ain't No Rest for the Wicked."
yeah. I don't know. It's
Uh,
interesting though. But yeah, I mean, Mike, is there something else you want to talk about it?
well, I
Sorry we
did
kind of took
find the
over.
movie where Kevin Hart's a little bit more serious in it, which I definitely suggest because I actually enjoyed it because he was basically Kevin Hart as a really good um
I'll BRB, guys.
Robin Hood type character where he'd steal a painting and then sell it for enough money and then give it away as a group heist type thing. But it's
Hmm.
called Lift. It's on Netflix. It's actually really good
Oh, I'll
because
check it out.
they full blown go through this entire thing. Like,
Uh-huh.
and he's
Yeah.
like, he seems like he's more of the serious character throughout that. He's not that like super like Jumanji type Kevin Hart.
Got you. Yeah, we'll see. Well, I mean, time will tell when it comes out.
Yeah,
Cool. Well, yeah, I knew this was gonna be in here
yeah.
whenever I saw it. How is it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh
I don't
man,
know.
dude, you don't have
Is it out?
Paramount? Oh
Is it
yeah,
out?
it's out. It's out.
Oh my
100%.
gosh, I'm going straight to Paramount
Yeah,
tonight.
I'm pretty sure it's out. I remember when I saw a commercial for it, it was like episodes on Paramount now. So yeah, dude. I mean, was there anything you wanted to talk about it specifically,
Yeah,
or?
I was just gonna talk about how I was hyped for it because, like, I know it's like we've gotten Sonic 1, Sonic 2, and then we heard about Sonic 3, and then they're just like, oh, we're gonna enhance Knuckles' story a bit more. And, like, they just full blown, like, gave him a series, and it's like, this seems cool because, like, you got the innocent cop guy that Knuckles is like, you know what, I'm gonna train you. And then, like, the whole, like, after, like, the part trailer where the guy is getting pulled behind in a motorcycle, and old lady's like, "Are you gonna go after him?" He's like, "No, he's got to win his own battles." And Knuckles literally just drinks a pot of coffee. Well, this is
Um,
happening. I'm like, that's funny.
no,
Like, I feel
it's
what?
cool. I was just gonna say, I think it's so impressive to me that the world still wants more Sonic. Like, Sonic was on Sega. Like, fucking, do you even know what a Sega is?
Yeah, I know what Sega is.
Like the Sega Genesis?
Yeah, I believe I know it was either Kenny or my dad. They bought me a
Okay.
game for the Switch that was like for Sega Genesis games.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's funny. So you've played Sega Genesis, like, virtual console games.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, dude. I mean, the Sega Genesis, like, dude, like, I think my parents were playing Sonic on the Sega Genesis when I was like 4. I mean, yeah, dude. And so it's insane. The Sonic was their favorite game to play together. And so it's so cool to me to see that, like, it survived so long. I mean, I can't think. I mean, Mario, like the Nintendo IPs, I guess, are like that old. But I don't know. There's just, and it's nuts to me too how much like, yeah, they've got all these animated spin-off series. Now you've got the Sonic movies. You just continue to pump out more Sonic games. It's nuts. It's cool, man.
Yeah, the one thing I saw about like older games like Mario, Sonic is I literally saw Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. Like Mario is Iron Man, Sonic is Captain America, and Pac-Man as Thor. It's just like Pac-Man has fallen behind a little bit, and it's like you don't see much of him anymore. But like you still see Sonic and Mario. It's just like
Yeah, Pac-Man was a little too simple, to really like, be like Pac-Man is iconic, but like even the 3D Pac-Man games are kind of weird. You know what I'm talking about?
well, I'm like mainly talking about like movies and stuff. Like they made a Pac-Man series, which it is kind of weird. It's a strange series.
Oh, did they have like a Pac-Man animated series or something?
Yeah, it was Pac-Man Adventures or something like
Uh,
that.
yeah, that's a little odd because he's just fucking yellow ball. Like
Yeah.
I don't like I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like I would honestly watch a Kirby show over a fucking, but like that's because Kirby's got lore. Believe it
Dude,
or not.
Kirby
Yeah.
is legit.
Yeah,
Like,
Kirby's got lore.
and there is a Kirby show, and it's probably legit. I haven't seen it, but
Kirby's got a show.
Really?
Bro, I'm too
Huh.
old, man.
yeah,
I need to
it's.
make more time.
I'll
Well,
look
like,
it up while you guys continue.
like my favorite movie adaptation of Pac-Man is probably Pixels. That was a great. That's probably still my favorite scene in that entire movie.
I just like when the creator's like my boy, and then he fucking like Pac-Man like fucking eats him. Um,
Wait, Kenny, have you seen Pixels with Adam Sandler?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
You should
actually not
watch
bad.
it.
I mean, it's a typical Adam Sandler movie, but it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it brings like space invaders and all that.
Oh shit, more Sonic.
Yeah, this is for Sonic 3. I figured I'd just mention it again. They recently dropped a little snippet of it with the whole like Shadow and Sonic combination, along with the Sonic, uh, the game you keep trying to convince me to play. The
Sonic
new,
Adventure Battle 2?
yeah, the
Yeah.
remastered version. They released like a little snippet of what Sonic 3's like title would look like, along with Sonic Adventure Battle 2
Yeah.
remastered.
Sonic Adventure Battle 2, bro. That was like first love, bro. That's like that game is fucking sauce. You can fucking chop off my left leg if you play it and you don't like it. That's how
Yeah, but
confident I am that you're gonna like it.
the other main reason I am mainly bringing this in is because this movie is actually bringing back a legend to play in it again. Because who else? Why would you just have Sonic versus Shadow without Dr. Eggman? Jim Carrey's coming back to play Dr.
Oh,
Eggman.
so
In
he's gonna
Sonic
come
3.
back.
Yeah,
That's
he
good.
plans on coming back, so it's like yes.
I just hope Shadow has his deagle. So, and yeah.
Shadow's
cool.
the edge lord of edge lords, so I hope they make him like super edgy.
Yeah, and I hope they make
supposedly
fun of it.
people are actually wanting Anakin, the actor for Anakin Skywalker, to play him.
Oh, that'd be fun if Christian Haydenson?
Yeah. Oh, who knows? We'll eventually find out. But
Okay. Ted.
Okay, Jordan is gonna probably flip out about this. But I started watching Cyberpunk, and then I found out that I could watch Ted, and I started watching Ted, and not gonna lie,
Oh my god.
not gonna lie, this kind of took over the week I said I would watch Cyberpunk, because like it's just funny because you get a whole like high school experience where Ted's like trying to be supportive and he's forced to go to school. My still favorite scene is when he goes off against the girl. I don't know if you guys have seen the video about that, but like I just found it funny, so I kind of just little bit blew past Cyberpunk and went straight to Ted. So
He like watched the first 10 seconds of Cyberpunk and then he was like, dead. I'm gonna go watch that instead.
You could watch all of Cyberpunk in like 3 hours. Three fucking hours.
But I
3
watched
fucking
10 in
hours.
5 days.
Jake Gaze is like unbelievable. 10 over Cyberpunk. You know, I'm right there with you. You should have watched Cyberpunk.
I know.
Oh,
I
my God.
begged
But I
you.
just-
I begged you. I said, I didn't ask you to watch JoJo's, which is like 120 episodes. I didn't ask you to watch anything else. I didn't ask you to read 375 chapters of Berserk. I just said, please, just 10 measly episodes for an award-winning series that's on Netflix.
I know, but like Ted is just Paddington with drugs.
Oh, man.
Ladies
The
and gentlemen,
disappointment.
the state of
You
our
ruined-
society today.
Yeah.
Don't worry, eventually I'll watch Cyberpunk. I am
Ted is
planning.
not Paddington. Don't put Ted in
Yeah, I
the
was about to
same
say,
level
you're
as
about to
Paddington.
make...
Look,
I love how that registered. I'm joking.
Paddington
But
is
but-
God level. That's like
What I want to
saying
know...
fucking, I don't know, a Mayan fucking warrior is the same as Quetzaltech. Okay, it's not.
what are those? I don't know what those are, but okay.
I understood the reference. I like that, Kirby.
Thank you.
But
Wait, I have one question. Does Mark
Yeah.
Wahlberg make an appearance in the show?
sadly, no. I'm kind of
What?
just. Actually, I
How
haven't
the
watched the
fuck?
last episode yet, so I'm kind of hoping he does.
So not
the
only
last-
did you not watch Cyberpunk, but you didn't even finish the show that you watched instead of watching Cyberpunk. Truly amazed. Amazing. I'm just truly amazed.
Well, I mean, the last episode is just them trying to figure out how to get Johnny to have sex for the first time.
Oh, that sounds so much more enthralling
Well, I
than
mean, yeah.
Cyberpunk.
You
Well-
know what this? Oh, go ahead.
That's the last episode, so I was just like, eh. But I do plan. Don't worry, I do plan on watching Cyberpunk before. Well, actually, this is like tribute to Peace. But she's the one who's trying to convince me to watch the Tangled series. But I told her I'd watch Cyberpunk before that, and I'm keeping to that word. So eventually, Cyberpunk will
unless
watch.
Ted season 2 drops.
Well, the only other issue is the Bad Batch also just recently dropped, so I'm kind of also
Yeah.
watching that. So that's one of my top priorities, other than Ninjago and all that. So
I understand. Don't worry. I get it.
Cyberpunk, I promise, will be watched.
I just have
After
bad
Bad Batch.
takes. I'm getting. I actually am just really bad at anime. I've learned.
Well, actually,
Jordan.
I started watching Arcane, but I also started like a while ago, which I enjoyed that. I started watching the Cyberpunk, and it actually does look pretty good too. So, like,
Jordan,
but yeah.
let me give you an insight to how Kirby's work. You'll be like, hey, watch this show. And we'll be like, yeah. But inside, we're like, psh, not yet. And then, like, 6 or 7 months or a year down the line, we'll be like, hey, we watched the show. That was pretty dope. And you'll be like, I'm already on to, like, fucking season 7 of whatever the fuck.
Well,
So,
the
yeah.
funny thing is, Cyberpunk will never get another season. So,
Yeah,
like,
no.
it's only 10 episodes. It's only.
Don't your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash, Micah. That's straight from
It's
Jake
okay.
Bezos.
I understand. We all have.
Don't understand that reference.
We all have limited time. Time is a resource that is hard to get, so I understand. Watch the shows that you want to watch. Don't watch them because somebody else wants you to watch them. So I respect it. Mike is just based.
Well, okay. Well, Cyberpunk, I'm not gonna lie, did look interesting. It's just now that I have,
not more interested than a drug using bear.
yes.
So I get it.
You
I
know,
get
there's drugs in Cyberpunk.
If you like Ted a lot, you should watch RJ Berger. Look it up.
Also, I'm very disappointed in Peace right now.
Why?
She just texted me because we were talking about. I'm like, it'll probably get better once we get to a future topic. And then she's just like, I didn't know they were making a third one.
A third
A
one. of
third
what?
what?
It's later on in the thing. We all should know what it is. But also, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this is my next topic. I'm actually kind of happy with this, even though it is a little bit off that they are, but like the recent trailer is pretty cool. I
Of
just
what?
really hope what of
Wait, of
Kong
King Kong?
and
Oh,
Godzilla,
okay.
New Kingdom, and I do like the scene where they're running past each other, and then you also get the newest trailer. You get to see reason why Kong is wearing a free armored hand, which is actually pretty cool. Like you get to
That's
also
kinda
see
sick.
you also get to see the army of monkeys that are freaking like strong. Like the one guy, the one like main villain to this is like Kong goes full blown like in the trailer. He goes against the monkey himself. He's just like, I got this. He gets butt kicked. Like
Oh.
that's why he's wearing the metal like glove is because his arm like completely gets broken. It's basically a cast. And he's like, yeah, no. He goes back to the surface world, and they're like, crud.
You know,
What do we do?
I like
What?
how these movies have more or less fallen under my radar, and yet somehow they're still going. So I'll give kudos to Godzilla and Kong for still just like continuing. Sorry.
I
Like,
mean, if the Meg can get the Meg 2, I don't see why Godzilla and Kong can't get Godzilla and Kong 2, right?
Yeah. I mean,
well,
that's
what
true.
I like about this whole like Kong and Godzilla thing is it started separate with this whole like movie series. Like, it started with Godzilla. He had his like 3 movies, I believe, and then Kong had like 1 or 2. Which Skull Island was amazing. Kong and Skull Island. And then they combined them, Kong versus Godzilla, which kind of actually was disappointing a little bit because you got the ending battle that was basically like Superman versus Batman, where Kong and Godzilla were beating each other up, and then
Kong found
uh,
out that Godzilla's mom is named Martha.
no, no, a bigger villain came in. It was Mecha Godzilla
Mecha
that just came in
Godzilla.
and just like completely like. But what I like about after that, they were just like, okay, cool, we're chill. Godzilla left Kong alone. Kong left Godzilla alone, and then now in the recent trailer, Kong actually like forces Godzilla to come out of hiding, be like, "Wake up, dude!" And then they actually in the trailer it actually shows that they kind of have a little fight too, which I'm like, yes, at least they're fighting a little bit. And then like they realize that there's a bigger dude, and it's like, which involves that whole running scene. Like the picture, they're actually running next to each other. They just crawl out of the ground and just full blown.
You know, I've read in the lore that Kong is basically Paddington without marmalade.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yep,
can see it.
basically.
I can see it. Well, that's cool. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters, but I'll definitely watch it at home on Prime, right?
Yeah. This
So.
is one movie it's debatable between theaters for me, but I don't fully know yet.
I
So
mean, shit, dude. When I was now that we got Movie Pass and stuff, man, like Alamo Movie Pass, if I was your age, I'd be seeing a movie like 3 times a week.
well, I don't
Wow.
work in the movie theater anymore, but yeah.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Damn, that's
Nah.
on another level.
Wait, does your movie theater not do like a Movie Pass type of thing like Alamo?
Well, they do. It's like
Oh, okay.
$19 a month now.
It's
But
not worth $19 a month to you.
no, the problem. No, it is. It's
I mean, no,
just.
that was not a loaded question, by the way. I was not being sarcastic. I was truly just wondering.
It's just like time wise. That's the issue. It's
Oh,
like
okay.
yeah, and not being able to fully go see movies. Except for I'm trying to force my way into watching Kung Fu Panda, the first one, tomorrow for $2.
Oh,
$2?
Yeah,
Not
for
bad.
$2. The best
Okay,
part
wait.
is they're also having the first Shrek later in the month for $2 and the Lego movie for $2.
how long is the first Kung Fu Panda movie?
I forgot.
I think it's like an hour and a half. You know what else you could do in an hour and a half? You could watch the first half
Finish
of
Ted.
Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Yeah, you could finish fucking Ted. No, I understand. No, dude, that's not like no, dude. Go see those. I love seeing older movies in theaters, dude. One movie I really wanted to see was Starship Troopers, and I had to end up canceling, and so I'm still sad to this day.
I would love
Honestly,
to see
like
Starship Troopers.
I know Gazes is in the chat. I might try to set up like a screening of Starship Troopers and like rent out the Alamo Theater or something sometime because
Ooh,
That would be
dude,
cool.
I
I
bet
love
Max would be
Starship
down for
Troopers.
that too.
Yeah, I bet he would. I should actually hit him. Yeah, dude, I should get a group started. Yeah, because I love Starship Troopers. I also love Gladiator, and those are like my two comfort movies.
Huh.
Which is interesting. But yeah, we'll continue on.
Yeah, and then this is another big thing that recently happened. They
Yeah.
revealed the Fantastic Forecast, and all of our suspicions have been confirmed. Pedro Pascal is Mr. Fantastic. Heck yeah.
You know, it works for
Yeah.
me. And
Yeah.
it really seems like this is the perfect play. Disney is like pivoting away from fucking King and giving us Doctor Doom. Like,
Yeah.
if there was any other fucking character that could have taken Kang's spot, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy that they're bringing everything else in the fold. Go ahead, Mike. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm just saying, I can't wait for the Galactus to come in.
I mean,
Hard character.
that would follow Doctor Doom. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet you anything is all going to hinge on what we're going to talk about here in a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
All
So. Then this one, a lot of people have been excited for, so I decided to add it, and I'm actually probably going to watch the X-Men 97 before I watch the season that's the new one that's coming out. Supposedly, watching the trailer, it looks like I never watched the first one, so correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like it follows right after it, and it's just going to continue through the story.
Yeah, they're just making a huge continuity error with X-Men 7.
Yeah.
Rogue's ass is nowhere near as nice in X-Men 97 as it was in the
Freaking Disney.
You cut out there for a second. All I heard was Rogue's ass and then silence.
Listen,
Yeah.
Rogue's ass is nowhere near as nice in X-Men 97 as it was in the original X-Men. I don't know if I necessarily, but
Yeah, it's just Disney dialing it down a bit.
maybe I can like tape a picture of Rogue's ass over her on the screen.
Probably.
Whenever she's on. Yeah.
Whatever you got to do, man.
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
honestly, X-Men Evolutions was one of my favorite animated series of like X-Men. Do you guys remember that? You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. This is like more new to me because I've never actually been fully interested in
Bro,
X-Men except Wolverine.
what year were you born?
2005.
Give
I'm
him a
only
break.
18.
He just found out Ted's a thing. Okay.
Oh, actually, I knew about Ted a while ago. I watched. Actually, no, that was like 2 years ago. I figured out about Ted before I watched both movies.
Damn, bro. Bro,
You know,
even I was 12 when you were born. That's fucking nuts.
Really?
there's no way, dude. Because I was like in my 20s when I remember being like, "Oh, I got a nephew now." Well, that's fucking.
How old are you,
I
Kenny?
was born in 1993, so math 7 plus 5. Yeah.
Oh. God, I'm old as shit then.
I'm sorry, bro.
He can almost be a grandpa. No joke.
You know
No,
what?
don't say that.
Listen here, kid. All right, based and Gucci. It's
No wonder he's
swag.
trying to learn all the kiddo language. I'll like also, screw this. Nobody likes it. I haven't seen it yet. This is like the only movie you'll ever hear me hate. Because here's my story. I was scrolling through Instagram, wasting hours on it, and I come across one of because I'm a Spider-Man guy, so I follow like a lot of Spider-Man's fans. There's this one guy that's just completely like he's probably got like every single Spider-Man costume, every single Spider-Man prop. He's a big Spider-Man fan. he made a video of him and his group of friends walking into theaters, being like, "Yeah, this is cool. Can't wait to see it." Then they're all walking out like, "This is such a disappointment." I'm like, I figured it was gonna be a disappointment because you're, as Kenny said to me earlier, it's basically just a movie without Spider-Man. About Spider-Man.
Sony is like that kid at the fucking party that's like, listen, I don't know how to play guitar, but I'm really good at the kazoo. It's like nobody asked you to fucking play the kazoo. Nobody wants Madam Web or Morbius or fucking like whoever the fuck else is coming out. Like
Craven.
Craven. Yeah, nobody wants that shit without Spider-Man.
Yeah.
It's like Gotham. Like when Gotham released and it was like, this has whole Batman villains in it. Just no Batman. And it's like, well, if Jim Gordon can solve all the fucking problems that Batman can, then why the fuck would you need Batman in the first place?
Exactly.
Man spitting
Like-
facts. Yeah, I mean,
Like
just look
this-
at this fucking Spider-Man in the top right corner, dude. He just looks like a fucking creep. I don't want to watch this movie.
He
Like,
supposedly is a creep. He's just supposed to be the guy that goes around killing a bunch of people. All the Spider-Man people, at least.
yeah.
I hate this film. I hate what it stands for. It's just
Didn't you actually watch it?
no. I'm not gonna go spend
Oh,
money on
okay.
this goddamn
I thought
soulless
you
cash
said you
grab.
watched it.
Yeah,
This
and that's how you control it, man. Hell yeah.
This is fucking Sony essentially saying we don't have the rights to Spider-Man, but here's everyone around Spider-Man that you might like. Venom worked, but guess what fucking else did it? Nothing. So all
Yeah.
the other shit sucks dick. Just give us Spider-Man or work with Disney to give us more Tom Holland Spider-Man.
No joke. I told my friends earlier today, I'm like, not gonna lie, I really wish Disney. I said Disney would probably make this movie a little bit better than what it probably did, because they would actually add probably cameo of Tom Holland at some point. But yeah, no, disappointment.
Yeah, $70 million down the hole.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's sad. I don't know who keeps greenlighting the shit. Now this could save the MCU.
Yes, if you want to let's stare at this one. There's also another Deadpool slide, but yeah, it's just Deadpool completely slicing up Madam Web. Because screw it. But okay, now we got the best part of the entire podcast, in my opinion. Deadpool 3. We are all excited. I love the trailer. Not gonna lie, when I heard about the Super Bowl, all I kept telling people, the only reason I'm watching the Super Bowl is for the Deadpool trailer. Sure, I only gave a little 30-second clip, but then I was just like, trailer's out now. I'm like, reload button on my phone on YouTube. Just give me the trailer. Give me the trailer. I watched it, and I was happy. Especially the whole scene where Deadpool gets a knock by the TVA, and he's just like, "Hey guys, this isn't my first time getting pegged, but it is for Disney." I'm like, yes,
Oh my
exactly
god.
what I want.
I think Ryan Reynolds is a genius. And here's what I mean by that. It's like the first Deadpool movie was about Deadpool. It
Yep.
was Deadpool through and through. The second one added characters that Deadpool routinely fucking interacts with. Domino, Cable, like two of the fucking major players in Deadpool's comics, who also are a great juxtaposition against Deadpool. And now they're adding the one major character that Deadpool is madly in love with and that everyone has been dying to fucking see, and they're finally giving him the goddamn yellow suit, Wolverine. Like
Yeah.
I I think it's perfect. If this movie ends a trilogy of Deadpools, I'm fine with that. Because then he's managed to make a movie with every major player in Deadpool's life minus Death so far. And
And Spider-Man.
and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Yeah. I like it when those two team up because like he actually out shit talks Spider-Man and annoys him. It's fantastic.
Got the innocent Peter Parker and then the absolute nut job of Wade Wilson.
The only way they could have fucked this movie up is if they had been like, "Hey, Wolverine's in it," and then only had Hugh Jackman as a cameo role. But the fact that he's
Yeah.
sharing a fucking title alongside Deadpool and like says he's
After he
based,
said he was done.
yeah,
Said he
Well,
was
like,
done. Said he
have
would
you?
never play Wolverine again. And then here we go.
Well, the best part is I love how like Ryan Reynolds did tie this together, especially at the end of Deadpool 2, where he kills himself in front of Wolverine. He's like, hey, well, I forgot what he fully said, but he's like, just saying, Wade Wilson's gonna ask you to pop back into the saddle and put the suit back on. And when he does, say yes. And I was just like once it happened, I was like, yes. Like once it tied together, it was just perfect.
if this
I
movie
love that.
is 75% of just fucking Deadpool annoying the shit out of Wolverine, I will be the happiest motherfucker on the planet.
Well, have you seen like some of the little clips with Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman where Ryan Reynolds would be walking next to Wolverine and then he'd just jump onto Hugh Jackman's back and then Hugh Jackman would just throw him to the ground?
Yeah, that sounds
Best thing.
perfect. I will watch that. I'll watch it again and again and again.
Well, like it's supposed to be a clip in this movie, so I'm like,
Okay.
especially since like have you guys have seen the full trailer, right? I'm guessing
Yeah.
you have. You know
Actually,
the
I haven't.
whole like
Go
there's a
ahead.
whole fight scene with Deadpool and the TVA in this like forest area that's covered in snow. I tied it together right away as soon as I saw it. I'm pretty sure that's where the Avengers fought Hydra, and Deadpool's just saying, "I'm gonna interrupt this. TVA is trying to stop him."
I wonder if they're like hire him to kill the MCU.
That would be cool too.
Like Fox's Marvel universe. Because although the one drawback to that is I can't imagine him getting Wolverine on board, you know. So I don't know. We'll have to see how this movie plays out, but I'm highly fucking interested. And it's one
Yep.
of the two movies I'm gonna go see this year's. Uh, yeah.
You
Cool.
should definitely come down, and we should all watch this together, or us go up there. But
What
but
a shift.
so so I'm gonna start this every time we do a podcast now. I'm just gonna give an old movie special of the year, and not gonna lie, this like popped up in my head like maybe 2 hours ago. Actually, no, 3 hours ago. My siblings were watching Lion King. I was just like, you know what? This is a really great movie. I figured I would just give it like some respect, and then I was just like, why don't I just give a bunch of old movies respect? So
Reading podcast.
tonight's yeah, tonight's movie is The Lion King, one of my favorites, definitely.
I
It's
saw
it's
this. Go on.
oh, I was just about to say it's just top. It's up there along with Cars, Toy Story, all that. So yeah,
The Lion King holds a special place. Uh, it was my birthday when I got taken to go see it. And my brother, your dad, and I both went to go watch it. And we walked out of it just being like, holy shit, that fucking movie was awesome. And Rafiki was like, just, you know, on point. He was my favorite character at the time. It's since become Timon because I love Timon and Pumbaa.
have you
Uh,
seen Lion King 1.5?
I refuse to watch that film
Oh, okay.
because it ruins the like. Prepare for a rant. It ruins the majesty of the Lion King. At the very
Uh,
beginning, when they're like bowing to Simba and like, bringing in the new king, we find out in Lion King and a half that it's because Pumbaa farted. It's like, why are you taking one of the most prominent,
uh,
most
that's a good
potent
point.
parts of the film and turning it into a fart joke? You know?
That's a good point. Okay, see where you're going.
So yeah, I refuse to watch Lion King and a half because I don't want it to destroy my vision of what I remember the Lion King was.
Oh yeah,
But other people might have other opinions. They're welcome to have them.
Yeah, I remember being really confused. Like, what happened to Simba? Simba's dad, and all that. Because as a kid, I didn't quite understand it. So.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck? Watching like Mufasa die on screen, I was
Yeah.
like, holy shit.
Yeah, and I was like, "What? Like,
Yeah, this is one
this
of
is not how most movies go for me."
those.
So
Yeah,
when you
this
think
is.
about it, oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Oh, you can keep going. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, I think this is one of the few Disney movies where it's like someone actually like dies.
Yeah,
Dude, it
this
What
is.
was.
others?
No, go on.
Are
Oh,
there
this
any
is.
others that you guys can think of?
Ooh.
Bambi.
Up.
Yeah, Bambi's mommy.
And then, like, fucking. The
Up
rabbit
is
comes
good.
up right away and is just like, yeah, your mom's gone. Get over it. It's like, holy shit. I mean, you said it a bit nicer, but Jesus Christ, kids. Uh,
Yeah.
but I don't know. Like, this movie walked that fine line between being, like, flippant and fun, with, like, I just can't wait to be king. The whole part with Timon and Pumbaa. To also
Yeah.
being, like, just
Matata.
downright serious. Like, you need to grow the fuck up and get back and take care of your responsibilities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of sad in a way. Think about it. Like, much rather just be a degenerate living with my two friends out in the middle of nowhere. Honestly,
Eat
I
bugs all day, yeah.
don't know how you guys feel about that.
They
Oh
were
yeah,
just like, Simba, you gotta get an office job, dude. Stop eating
yeah.
bugs. Stop smoking weed on
Like,
the
nah,
couch with your
dude.
friends.
Yeah. It's like, dude, I just want to hang out with my bros, and they're like, nah, dude, you gotta fucking rule this kingdom. Um,
Well,
yeah,
also you also kind of got to give props to the live action too. Like it did also pretty well. That's probably one of the best live actions, along with
really, I haven't seen
on.
it.
But like, it basically just follows the exact same storyline, which is actually pretty nice.
All right.
But with
Maybe Alex
realistic.
and I will watch it tomorrow. Yeah, because we got during the day we have a lot of time to chill, and then Scarlett's starting to get old enough to where like Alex doesn't want me to watch violent stuff around her anymore. So
My favorite live action Disney is still Beauty and the Beast. Emma Watson makes a fucking fantastic Belle, and I will die on that fucking hill. And then the whole "Be Our Guest" like song during it was
Be
done pretty
your guy.
goddamn well, you know. Anyway,
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so we are at the Weeb report, and I forgot to change November to February. Very impressive. Um, so I'm starting off with the new series, Ninja Kamui. I had to look up how to pronounce the second word. Um, honestly, it's an Adult Swim production. It's extremely gory, extremely bloody, extremely fucked up. It honestly reminds me very much of, like, it's got Berserk vibes. And even the main character kind of looks like Guts from Berserk. There's really not much to say about this show besides the fact that it starts off with a ninja who's in hiding, and these people are trying to kill all these ninjas that like were once in like power, and they're essentially just trying to hide away now. Um, and the main character is the story is essentially he's trying to get revenge for something that happens to his family. I'm sure you guys can put the pieces together, but it's pretty fucked up. I'm digging it. The animation is really good. The fighting is fun, and I mean it's a 20-minute show. It's easy watch. I don't know if there's a manga or anything, but if you have the extra time, which you don't, but to all those
I'll watch
viewers out
it, don't
there,
worry.
to
I'll
all those
definitely watch it.
viewers,
Oh wait, there's Ted. Hold on a second.
hey,
yeah, there's
so
two. Go ahead.
would you say this episode or this show is like engaging, fun, and like just a good sit down to watch show?
It's it's definitely if you like shonen and you like watching fights, it's this show. 100%. Like I think it kept me pretty much interested the whole time. I think they did a good job at building an emotional attachment in the beginning.
You know what? That
So
actually sounds pretty good. It's
um,
got me a little interested. I'm gonna go watch Ted.
you fuckers, you fuckers. No, but it's pretty good. Do you guys have any other questions? There's really not much about it. Otherwise, I would say more. It's on its second episode, about to be third tomorrow. So, and it's on HBO Max.
So
So
it's
Oh.
like rolling out per week essentially.
yeah, it's very new, very
Okay.
new. My next actually is on Netflix, and this one, funny enough, it's definitely a little bit out there for my taste. I'm much more of a shonen action enjoyer, and I heard someone recommend it. They were like, "Dude, it's actually really good. It's refreshing." It's called Delicious in Dungeon, and the story is essentially there's
Said
this
Zelda.
no, there is a party of there. It's essentially a like, it's almost like it definitely pulls from D&D. It's a party of 3 people: a knight, a like elf wizard, and a like halfling like thief. And their cleric essentially gets eaten by a dragon, and they get kicked out of the dungeon, and they are like, dude, we're fucking broke. The rest of our party quit on us, and they're like, but we need to go, we need to go save our cleric so we can revive her. um and they end up meeting this dwarf, and he's like, you guys just like, you need to eat more while you're in the dungeon. And so it's kind of, it's a cool little series. Essentially, a lot of it is that, they fight a creature, and then the dwarf's like, oh yeah, you can make stuff out of this. And so they make some pretty cool like meals out of, like, it's like fantasy, like, but it's enjoyable, it's refreshing, it's just like a nice fun watch, and I've been enjoying it. Do you guys have any questions?
Does it make you hungry?
Oh yeah, dude, some of the stuff looks really good. And there was some, I can't remember what it was, but they made something like in the early episodes, and I actually like went and made like the human equivalent the next day.
Hold on.
um
I think this question has to be asked. What food
yeah,
would you pair with it?
like with the show.
Yeah, if you're gonna watch a show, what would you eat?
Oh man, that's tough because like all the episodes are different. They they kill they eat mandrake roots at one point. They have, and they like go through the whole thing of like, if you hear them scream, it'll like deafen you and drive you insane and whatnot. They even do a one where it's a like a half chicken, half snake. I don't know. It's from D&D, I guess, but they're talking about like how to prepare its eggs and how to prepare it. Um, I don't know what food I'd prepare. I mean, I've just been eating cheese puffs while watching it, though. So I'm sorry.
Okay.
But it's really good. They also do they talk about mimics a lot. The halfling hates mimics, and it's kind of funny. They just build upon some of these creatures, and like, oh, you can eat them. And like the party's always like super surprised, like, whoa, we can just fucking eat this. Like they actually, oh, one of my favorite ones is the dwarf actually ends up making holy water and putting in a jar and like fighting ghosts by like swinging it and hitting them with it, and it ends up chilling the holy water on the inside, and he put like sugar in there and stuff, and it made like a sorbet. It was like a
Oh
holy
hell yeah.
sorbet.
So
Yeah,
my
and so
question is, every like food show like kind of like this has to have this, but is there one monster where they can't eat and they're just like, oh, can we eat this guy? And then dwarf's like, no.
he kind of does that with there's treasure that like are insects, and he like separates them, and it's like, oh, here's the ones you can eat and here's the ones you can't. And it's funny, they throw the ones you can't over the edge, and they're like, well, why can't we eat those? And he's like, well, you can't eat real treasure. um and they like threw it off the edge already. It's just a it's like a cute little show, and I think the last episode just came out, so it just ended. So
What's
like I haven't
this on?
finished it. It's on Netflix.
Netflix? Okay.
Yeah, it's a good background show, and just do the English. The English voice actors are actually pretty good. So like just put it on English and just watch it. It's solid.
Hey,
What else
I
was I gonna say
gotta watch
about it?
that though.
Oh, nothing else. Yeah, I'm not watching Ted. So I don't have much
Hold on.
to say
Can you
about
put
it.
it on in the background while you watch Ted?
I won't even put Ted on in the background. Um, disgusting. I've never seen Ted 2, by the way.
It's
Is it any
alright.
good?
It's Seth MacFarlane humor. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it works at times, other times it doesn't.
Isn't
Yeah.
that the one with like the best actor cameo though, where he's just like I forgot what the guy's name is,
Liam
but
Neeson.
where he's just like, is it okay if I eat this cereal? Because it says tricks are for kids, and Ted's like, yeah, you should be pretty fine. He's like, are you sure the feds won't come after me? It's like, yeah, I think you're okay. He's like, okay, good, I'm gonna take this now. And Ted's like, um, okay, yeah, good luck.
I feel like Seth MacFarlane humor is my fucking transient thoughts that I'm just kind of like, okay, that's way too much. That's way too insane for me to say out loud. And he does
Yeah.
translate it pretty well into stuff like Family Guy and whatnot. Uh,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
if you're
Yeah.
looking for a high quality show like Cyberpunk, you're not gonna get it. Ted.
No.
Micah.
No. Watch all the Teds you want. Rewatch it 3 times. No, but my next one is so the Demon Slayer new arc just came out yesterday. Had no idea. I don't know if they just had zero marketing for it or whatnot, but I literally saw it on somebody's Instagram story, like, oh, enjoying, gonna seeing the training arc, and I was like, holy shit! So I got to make some time to go see it, but it's in theaters right now, and yeah, I was actually, and we mentioned this earlier on in the podcast. So series, they often cheap out with a lot of series, right? The animation is often shit, and that's why Megamind getting a series, it looks like fucking dog shit, is because like they're just trying to cash in on memes, but they don't plan on actually making a good original product. They're just trying to cash in on meme magic and hope that somehow I don't really know what they're, but what I
Well,
love that Demon Slayer's doing. Go ahead.
DreamWorks' problem with series is that like you said, they don't put as much effort, and it just sucks in general. The only good DreamWorks series I have seen is the How to Train Your Dragon Race to the Edge. Like that one, you could probably just sit through and just watch, even because it fits well with the story. It's just part of the story. Megamind and like the Kung
Yeah.
Fu Panda Dragon Knight. It's just like you basically ended you had those franchises where it was just perfect. Like even if Megamind was just one movie, he became the hero after realizing he's like, oh crud, the main
Yeah.
hero is basically pathetic right now, and I have to deal with this because I'm a better villain.
But
And
Yeah.
that was amazing. But like you're basically it's basically just adding to it
Just
more.
for the sake of adding, like there's,
I
it's, yeah.
I don't expect every sequel to be Paddington. Okay, Paddington 2 was like the gold standard for how sequels should be made. And it set the bar so fucking high that literally nothing else can touch it outside of maybe Empire Strikes Back. Uh but Megamind 2 is a fucking what the fuck is that? We didn't talk about this. Like Megamind 2 is on another level of fuckery.
Well, the
Like
funny thing is, along with Megamind 2, well, like, so basically what's happening is there's a whole series for Megamind that's coming out, also another movie. Like, that's what people are like mostly like angry about because like they released it at the exact same time because they got they got the Megamind series, and then they got Megamind versus the Doom Syndicate,
Yeah,
which
and
is
they both look like shit. Like,
well, the funny thing is, my friends made a comment, and they're just like, "This basically just looks like a ripoff of Skylander."
yeah, it looks like it looks like an early 2000 Beast Wars without what made Beast Wars great.
Yeah,
Like,
Beasts?
yeah, like Beasts or, a story. Um
Yeah.
so Megamind 2 is like, imagine you're a grandma and you just walked into a video store. Take yourself back to the 1990s. Transformers just released, and your son or grandson back at the house is like, "Hey, grandma, can you pick up Transformers back at or when you go to the video store, right?" And you
yeah,
walk in and you see Transmorphers, and you're like, "This is the movie that my son was talking about." And you bring it home, and it's a fucking bullshit CGI fest. That's what Mega Man is, or Megamind 2 is.
yeah.
How do you
Yeah.
go from making Puss in Boots The Last Wish to Megamind 2? Okay,
Well, so my
that's all I
theory
got.
is if you look at it, what I've realized with DreamWorks, because even Race to the Edge, the graphics were a little bit off. Same with the Puss in Boots series, that was also a little bit off. But I've noticed that what DreamWorks does is they don't put too much effort into the series they make. They put more effort into the movies that they're releasing.
But I
Like,
mean, if that's the case, Megamind 2 should be good.
well, yeah,
Except it's not. And fucking Puss in Boots The Last Wish, like, also set the gold standard for how fucking sequels should be made. And then they just, take 10,000 steps back to make Megamind. Okay, I'm done.
well, I mean, all the money I'm guessing is going to live action How to Train Your Dragon and Kung Fu Panda 4 because the graphics look amazing in Kung Fu Panda 4. Like, and also the disappointing part, like that everybody had for a while, was that the Furious 5 wasn't gonna get in it, and they actually just like told everybody they're like, yeah, so the Furious 5 are actually getting a little cameo in it. It's just gonna be mainly based around Poe creating new characters.
Jordan, I'm sorry, we hijacked your section.
Yeah, sorry. Back to
So the
Dragon.
original point that I was making is that Demon Slayer, they're smart. They take their show and they put a bunch of extra money in animating these big fighting portions and release it in the theaters, sell tickets for it in theaters, and then they double up and they release the movie cut up into episodes. And so people can watch the
Oh,
episodes for free as well. Yeah. So like, they don't gatekeep it. Like, so they did this with the Mugen Train arc many years ago. You could go watch the Mugen Train arc in theaters early, and then you could also just watch it as it came out episodically. And the episodes had a little bit more in them, but like the reality is they're like, hey, look, we can make stuff better because we have more money because you guys want to watch this shit. And so I think it's perfect. Like they know what they're the Mugen Train arc, because it was during COVID and it would like happen during like a little bit of a lull where like COVID wasn't as big at that time, and it almost like got like essentially like the highest paid movie of the year, which for an animated movie was like insane at the time. But yeah, long story short, this just came out. If you're a Demon Slayer fan, go watch it. If you're not a Demon Slayer fan, go watch Demon Slayer. It's fucking good. I think Micah, you'd fucking love Demon Slayer.
Oh, I started watching it. That's actually one of the first animes I've actually started watching.
Yeah, I mean you watched all of Ruby, so
Yeah.
oh,
Well, like
you're
my friend
fiend.
suggested it a while ago, like
Yeah,
Demon Slayer, and I started watching it. But I only was watching it on Netflix, so I only got like a little bit of it in.
gotcha. Yeah, Demon Slayer is really, really good, and honestly, it just gets better with time. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
but cool. The next one on my list is Solo Leveling. I actually brought this up when it first got announced, and holy shit, has it exceeded my expectations and then some. Um, I actually wrote like a little synopsis, but essentially, it's set in a world where portals were opening up, and it's like fantasy creatures coming out, like goblins, giant spiders, giant ants, dire wolves, stuff like that. And at the same time, humans became awakened, and some humans, like not every human, but a lot of them essentially awakened to have these like have powers, have like kind of fantasy powers. Some of them are sorcerers, some of them are like tanks that can use taunt and stuff like that. And it's a really cool show. And essentially, the really important aspect of it is that once you've awakened, you cannot get stronger. You can become more tactically smart, but you cannot like have more ability than what you start with. And so the main character of the show is the weakest fucking hero. Like at the beginning of the show, it's like, oh man, that guy's famous. Oh, what's he famous for? Oh, he's literally the weakest hunter. And he knows that. He's like there to fill quota. Like this whole world is designed around people going into these portals and getting these gems and like bringing them back and like using them to like there's essentially a whole economy. The person who created this series really thought it out. Like the world is very cool. But essentially the main character, something happens and all of a sudden he's able to level up, and it's a really neat show. It kind of plays out like a video game. Like he's a video game character, and and he's able to like level up, put stat points into like strength or intellect. He has like a daily quest that he has to do, and if he doesn't do it, there's like a punishment, and it's a really cool show. It's on Crunchyroll, and I think they're on like episode 7 or 8. But yeah, highly recommend it, especially if you're a gamer.
I've actually considered reading the series.
Yeah,
Because I remember it popping up on Wattpad, and I was like, hey, this looks interesting. I might check it out. I never really did. But then I kept seeing it pop up everywhere, and I'm like, eventually I'm going to have to watch this or read this, because it's just...
dude, it's the animation's really good. The voice actors are pretty good.
J Dog's watching it. Said he started solo leveling yesterday.
Who?
J Dog.
Am I J Dog?
No,
You're J Train.
Jay
Oh, I'm J
Gazes.
Oh, J Dog. Oh shit! I didn't. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Yeah, it's really fucking good. Um, yeah, that's really it. Do you guys have any questions about it?
I guess you
No?
all could be J Dog. That would work.
Yeah, I was about to say we're all. Well, that's. I'm used to people calling me J Dog, so I was like, "Are you talking about me?" So lastly,
J Dog.
now, if you had told me a year ago that I was gonna fucking talk about Has Been Hotel, I would have told you, there's no fucking shot. That shit's gonna suck. Um, yeah, I really did. Like I did not think that this series would actually be very good, to be honest. The
It's
pilot,
amazing.
the pilot came out 4 years ago on YouTube. And it looked okay. Like I was like, but knowing just I don't know, I just did not have high hopes or think it'd be anything I would ever watch. Like, the story is essentially, these people live in hell, and the princess of hell wants to rehabilitate, people who've been sent to hell. I mean that is kind of the story. Um, it's pretty fucking good. It's not something I would just like recommend to everybody. Be like, yeah, go show your mom and dad. No, your mom and dad are probably gonna be like, you're fucking weird. Yeah. But like if you got some extra time, if you like Disney music, you'll like this. Like some of the songs in this. Like honestly, I've caught myself in the car.
Times.
Go ahead.
True.
No, it's times like cursing, sex.
Okay, so see, that is not the reason to like this show, by the way.
Yeah, no.
The edginess. That's what I was worried would ruin this show, is that it would be too fucking edgy for itself. Like there are scenarios where they do that a little bit, and it's a little fucking cringy.
Angel.
But honestly, I found but it honestly like it makes sense for his story and stuff.
Well, I mean, Hell of a Boss never went edgelord or to edgelord.
Yeah, it kind of like plays off of itself. It's good. It's not everyone. This is not what you show at the family gathering.
Or no, you should, and then you'll find out real quick who's the fun people in the family.
Nah, I like this is not like, for example, when I watched this show, when I heard Alex coming downstairs or the door opening, I changed it immediately.
Quickly switched it to porn. You're
like,
I'm watching porn.
It's more normal if you're watching porn than but no, I mean, and some of the songs are super fucking good.
The characters are also great too. Right?
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm sorry, Micah. I know I have such like a weird view. It's just
don't apologize, because I'm pretty sure last podcast, Micah uptalked Hazbin Hotel, and I'm willing to bet you watched Hazbin Hotel based off Micah's recommendation.
Are you sure?
Where if we vice versa that someone didn't watch Cyberpunk based off Jordan's recommendation.
Spicy.
And
spicy take coming from
Ted.
Cook. I did somewhat watch Hazbin Hotel just because I wanted to talk with Micah about it. So
I'm not going to say any names. It was Micah.
What? I missed all of that because my foot decided to commit suicide.
Micah, actually, I want to ask you, how did you see the twist with Vaggie before it actually happened?
No.
I didn't either, dude. And honestly, it made total sense. I was like, oh shit! Like I'm kind of surprised I didn't see that. And also the character.
Wait, don't ruin it.
I'm not ruining it. What were you gonna say, Micah?
My 3 favorite characters of the entire show is probably going to be Charlie, Alistair, and Adam.
Dude, Adam is the fucking tits, bro.
You just sounded like Adam.
Dude, Adam is he is so fucking based. I love him. Like, and I love his parts in the songs too, man. He's just such a fucking dick.
Forever.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Hell is Forever and the You Didn't Know. Like, dude, I probably listen to You Didn't Know maybe 10 times a day.
I have all the songs on my playlist. Favorite.
Oh, go on.
My favorite song is Hell's Greatest Dad, though. When Lucifer comes in, he's just like, whoop, bam, boom. It's like, that's probably my favorite part I can listen to.
I've watched like 3 or 4 episodes of Hell of a Boss, and Vizzy Pop can write songs.
Yeah.
Like, she's pretty good at them.
Yeah, well, it's crazy how she started out, man, because she literally started out just making music videos. Making her kind of like furry art with music videos, and people were like, this is fucking weird, but like it's kind of good. So so it's crazy. It's awesome for her that she's able to get these out there, and like this was a very successful show. I think it was like it's one of Prime's most successful animated shows, and I mean, we're talking, it's more successful than Invincible, more successful than anything else they've created. You were definitely getting season 2. I think they were forecasting it Q2 of 2025 to 2026 Q1. So
the funny thing is, like, Alistair is such a great character. He's so unpredictable. Like, he's one of those characters that always has an alternate motive, like, throughout everything, which is pretty cool. But, like, speaking of where Jordan's like, hey, yeah, this is where, like, it sparked, like, no joke, all over Discord, all I saw as profile pictures was Alistair.
Yeah,
like,
people
Alistair
are... He's the dude, the red dude in the back on the left. Yeah, I'm glad. And people are enjoying it, and it's cool.
They also
Yeah,
dropped one of my favorite quotes now with Alistair. Like the
what
whole
is it?
smile one. Like every time you see somebody smile, there might. Oh, I forgot what the full quote is, but like I love the smile quote. Where it's like
Goddamn.
smiles are like you don't know what's behind that smile. The smile could be fake. It could be like full blown like
Or it could be a really good movie.
yeah behind the smile. Oh yeah, that
Oh,
too.
yeah, it's a good movie. But yeah, that's really a wrap up for me. There was really nothing else. Um, in the last 2 months, it felt kind of weird because I felt like Jujutsu Kaisen. I was thinking about adding something in there, but I'd already talked about that, and the last arc was really good. But I mean, it's one of the ones where it's a little bit longer now. So if you do want to watch it, you gotta trog through stuff. But
Wait,
I feel
but
like
yeah,
where's
shit about.
Suicide Squad Ichiban?
it's coming. Don't worry. I will tell you. I will probably message you both of you when it does come out because that would be a cool one to talk about. Because I mean, that's something that all three of us can actually talk about. So
Relate to?
yeah, yeah, the isekai. Yeah,
Yes, that's it. Jake
yeah.
says he watched Free Ren. It was good.
Yeah, yeah, that's so. Josh, that's a. I mean, Jay Gaze is my bad. I don't know. I'm not gonna use your real name, Marino. Yeah, my sister was recommending that, and I was gonna watch it, and then my dog decided to disable her legs, so I've been a little busy. But I am gonna watch it. A lot of people have said it's awesome. If you don't mind me asking, Gazes, how many episodes is it? And hopefully it'll message back pretty fast.
3 billion or 24.
3 billion. 24.
I was
Okay,
Yeah.
close.
that's actually a lot for a first season, man. And they just dropped them all at once. It kind of feels like, but yeah, that's it for my section.
You
I
know,
had a question about anime, but I completely forgot what the anime was.
Question about all of anime.
all of anime.
Oh yes, all of anime.
That reminds me. So wife's my wife's
Never
dad
mind.
owns an entertainment company, and they had a client ask for one anime character. Like literally, that's what they asked for. They said, "Can we would like one anime character at our event?" And I was like, "That's like walking up and being like, we would like one movie character, any movie character ever, at our event, please. Thank you." It's just like I don't know. It's insane to me, like how little. I don't know.
All
I'm gonna
right.
get on my black horse.
So, question of the podcast,
Hmm.
just to wrap things up, because we're actually under 3 hours, surprisingly. So, yay us.
Yeah.
Good job.
Question of the podcast: if Overwatch got a Lara Croft skin, who would it go to?
Ah, I feel like
Weird.
it would be an skin.
An Echo?
What?
Did you say Echo?
Ash.
Ash? You know,
Yeah.
okay. Hey, here's my thoughts. Widowmaker, yeah, 100% because she's sexy. But Laura doesn't really use sniper rifles. Ash has the style of Laura, but she doesn't necessarily have the fucking
Giant robot. So when you just make Bob a giant boulder, just
just a giant boulder with arms and guns. It's like Gollum. I choose you.
Um, I think it would be Tracer. Honestly, it would make
oh
the most
that
sense.
would also be it.
And her guns would be Deagles instead. It would
But
be her pistols.
would they do that? Would they change her guns to Deagles?
That would be cool if they did
If
do
it
that.
was something like because they've never really done like a full blown like character crossover, I'd say. So I feel like if they were to do a character crossover, they probably would do that.
So, you know who fits her to a T?
Who?
Reaper.
Well, that was the other one I was gonna say. It's the dual guns and everything, but you know, you'd have to make Reaper sexy, and then I think that would confuse a lot of people. So,
I
No,
mean,
if
like,
if they made Reaper sexy, I think everybody would probably be playing Reaper just to see the sexiness.
you could just put Reaper in booty shorts and a tank top and give him a ponytail.
very true. Very, very true.
All right, I think that wraps it up, guys.
Also, I did want to say, Gazes actually said that it's actually 28 episodes.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gazes.
So, some quick shout outs. John Zara for allowing us to finish with Old Lang Syne. People that interacted today, Jay Gazes, that is JGAZS, is a streamer. Go follow him. And I believe Peaceboo interacted too. Peaceboo221. That is PEACEBOO221. Go follow her as well. You guys want
She
to
doesn't stream, but yeah,
maybe one day.
maybe one day.
Also, Spider Dude started streaming. That is Spider Dude 100. You want to give him
Hi,
a
yeah.
shout out for your channel?
Yeah, I guess I just I stream Overwatch randomly. I might start streaming other games just for the heck of it, but I'll probably be doing it with Mr. Lord of all Door Frames. So yeah.
Oh, that is right. Lord of all Door Frames has recently become a streamer too. So
Yeah.
please go follow all those guys. They are cool people. They ain't chuggy. I'd say their streams are lit. Wag.
You couldn't have said it better. I think you really used a vast amount of the human language to come up with that sentence. Like, I'm
You know
very
what?
impressed.
All I heard was shout out Spider Dude and Lord of all Door Frames just because they're cool.
Yeah, well, that's actually what it translated to. So yeah, thank you. No cap.
Old people.
Low key,
Joking.
guys are all right. You know, Boomer out. Um, that being said, let me go ahead and play the music. My name is Kenny Crook Irish Kirby. We will be back, I think this weekend, either tomorrow or Sunday, with another episode of Crook and Murder.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
You guys want to say your goodbyes?
Yeah, and you know, thanks for tuning in, guys, to another Weeb report, and yeah.
And I hope y'all have a great weekend. I'll web y'all later. Spider Dude out.
Bazinga! Wait, so what suggestions would you have for the PC?
Oh, so for the RAM, now these are the things I just make sure people check. It's just one of those things where, so make sure the RAM is DDR5 and not DDR4, because RAM can be confusing because it's like, oh well, I have 64 gigs of RAM, but if it's DDR4, then you're kind of limiting yourself to lower memory usage speeds.
What if it's
So you want
DDR6?
Oh, is it DDR6? Holy shit. Does DDR6 exist?
It does, but I don't know if ours is.
I don't know. I mean, the next gen memory standard. I mean, if it does, awesome. If it doesn't, dude, I think DDR5 is totally fine. Like, I'm still running DDR4.